Well, I'm really excited tonight. All my friends from the Boston Celtics out here, coaches, ex-player Dennis Johnson. I got my good friend Eddie Pickney right here. Eddie Pickney and I played together for a bunch of years, and Ed and I were very good friends out in Boston. How you doing, Ed? Well, DJ and I played together. We won 2 championships together, DJ and I. We had a great relationship. I tell you what, he always passed me every time I was open, right, DJ? Chris, got it. Don Casey, though, I tell you what, Don Casey, my assistant coach the last few years, he helped me out with my game when I was going through all my foot problems and everything. He's always stuck by me.
You're a pain in the neck then, so I'll see you later now. We got work to do, all right? You know what it's like to work now, Kevin? You know what I mean?
Well,
paycheck's nice, babe, but you got to work once in a while. See you, pal.
Well, as you can see, the Boston people are really excited to have me here, and they're all excited to come to my home state. And I tell you what, nothing like seeing old friends on a good old night, huh? Hard.
Another frigid night in the Twin Cities, but the Target Center is heating up for the Timberwolves battle with the Boston Celtics. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tom Hanneman. Well, tonight the Wolves will try to bounce back from their first loss of the new year, and they do so against the Boston Celtics. As you saw moments ago, it's great to be loved, Kevin McHale, isn't it? This is a big night for Kevin McHale, who has been reunited with a team that he played 13 seasons for and accomplished a remarkable number of things. 3 NBA championships, 7 All-Star, and they go on and on. Kevin, your accomplishments do go on and on. What are you most proud of?
I think the championship years, playing on championship teams, the 1986 team, we played together with a common goal to win every single game. We won 67 games that year and won a championship. That's what I'm most proud of, playing with teams that love to win.
Great talent, obviously, through the years with Boston in the 80s with all those championships. And if you're looking at the list, I guess number 1 right at the top would be Larry Bird.
Absolutely. Nobody wins a championship without having a great leader and a dynamic personality like Larry Bird was. Larry Bird was simply the best. But yet, it takes a great team to win. You look at Chicago teams, they didn't win anything with Michael Jordan until Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Johnny Paxson, until everybody started playing a little better. It takes a little team to win a championship.
We see Larry's number being retired. Yours will be retired later, I know, this month in Boston. Looking forward to that, huh?
I am looking forward to that. You know, when they originally said they were going to retire my number, I was really excited. Then they said they were going to have a nice toast. Then it became a roast. So I think they were going to abuse me in Boston at the end of the month.
They abused you tonight already. The third member of that famous trio, of course, Robert Parrish, the oldest player right now in the NBA, soon to be 40. He's remarkable.
He really is. I mean, I came in the fall of 1980 with Robert Parrish at Hellenic College in Brandeis in Brookline, Massachusetts, and he hasn't changed that much since then. He's still playing great basketball, and he's a great man. He loves to laugh and have fun, and people don't see that side, Chief, very often.
Now, the Celtics are struggling right now. They've lost 8 of their last 11 and 5 consecutive games at home. Tough time for Chris Ford.
Yeah, it is. Chris is really having a tough time with this team, trying to get him to win games. But Chris Ford is a great coach. Chris Ford coaches the game the way I think it should be coached. He has one way of doing things, and that's hard. No substitution for hard work. He makes these guys work. They'll turn it around. It takes time, though.
Kevin, a weekend of reunions for you. Boston tonight, and last night, former Celtic Danny Ainge, who, well, he found the range all night. 34 points, his best performance in 2 years.
Well, Danny told me that he was on fire, because I used to always tease him when I wouldn't pass him the ball out in Boston. I used to say, Danny'd say, I'm wide open. I said, yeah, but I'm on fire, Danny. He made his first shot. He ran by me. He said, I'm on fire. So I knew he was going to have a big night last night.
He was amazing last night.
Yeah, he was.
Well, Luke Longley, one of the bright spots for Minnesota, has played very well. A resurgence, a double-double, his 3rd consecutive last night. Tonight's game represents a matter of pride. Boston struggled this season. The Wolves have as well. The Wolves and Celtics coming up next.
The following is a presentation of the Minnesota Timberwolves television network. It's the Timberwolves All-Star season, so get ready for all the fast-paced excitement of NBA basketball. The Timberwolves wish to thank these exclusive partners for bringing you tonight's action. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? McDonald's. What you want is what you get, guaranteed at McDonald's today. First Bank. Whatever your financial goals are, we'll help you get there. U.S. West Communications. Making the most of your time. Coca-Cola Classic. Always jammin', always Coca-Cola. AT&T. Proud sponsor of the NBA and the Timberwolves. Now, stand by for NBA basketball on the Minnesota Timberwolves television network.
Jim Munoz isn't a First Bank customer just because they gave him his first checking account, or the car loan that he wanted, or the school loan that he needed. Jim's a First Bank customer because they gave his dad the business loan that he needed to grow the company and hire the right talent to make it prosper.
If you were to take every article, every review, every honor, every award, everything positive people have had to say about the Toyota Camry and put it on a wall, you'd need a very big wall. And now there's the new 1994 Toyota Camry with dual airbags, a new V6, and built in America. Imagine the wall we're going to need for that.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall? MGD Light? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light.
Anyone have change for 20?
We'll let him in here. Say MGD Light and say no more.
The water gecko. This rather tasty fellow is for many predators the hors d'oeuvre of choice. And yet, using its remarkable ability to run on water, it escapes, only to run headlong into a tree. You are not a water gecko. You're a lot luckier than you think.
Make sure you join us Monday at 6 on Sunrise for your first look at the day's weather and traffic.
And the latest news and sports Monday at 6 on KARE 11 Sunrise.
With Kevin McHale, Tom Hanneman back at Target Center. Tonight, the Timberwolves taking on the Boston Celtics. And here's tonight's Miller Genuine Draft starting lineups. Robert Parrish, Kevin, oldest player in the league.
What can you say about Robert that hasn't been said already? A phenomenal player, great teammate. And then you got Kevin Gamble, who's really been playing well. He's been about the most consistent scorer so far this year.
Ed Pinckney, who showed that he's still very close to you in our pregame show.
Eddie and I and our families really got along great on Boston last stuff together. Then you got D. Brown. This is what really wanted to be his coming out year, you know. And he's been struggling a little bit, off and on, hot and cold.
Sherman Douglas, third in assists in the NBA right now, has been one of the stronger players for this team.
Absolutely. I mean, Sherman has played good basketball for this team. Moved the ball up and down the floor and has done a good job.
Coached, of course, by Chris Ford. Interesting stat there. Chris, one of your teammates on that 80-81 NBA championship team.
My old roommate on the road, Chris Ford. We had a lot of fun together.
Well, for the Timberwolves, remember this shot last night?
Yeah, they called that the tidy ball shot, around and around, and then it went in.
Sidney Lowe, first game as head coach against the Celtics. Sidney just completed the cycle of 82 games. Luke Longley, who has played so well for this team of late.
Yeah, playing very well. Getting big play out of the center position. You need that.
Tellis Frank tonight, his third consecutive start. They'll need some consistent play from him this evening.
Absolutely. Tellis is going to have to battle Eddie Pinckney. Then Doug West is the other guy starting at the forward spot. And I like him at that 3 spot. A real aggressive offensive player. And makes up for lack of Kelly's scoring. Michael Williams just continue to play well. Gets a lot of double-doubles, points and assists.
A lot of people last night wondering why we didn't see more of Isaiah Ryder towards the end. He's played well of late. Luke Longley, of course, we talk about his resurgence. He's played 3 consecutive games with double-doubles. We asked him why.
Well, it breeds confidence, playing well, and game after game. It certainly, I'm not doing anything special. I mean, obviously my special kangaroo diet that I've told you guys all about, that's a big factor. But other than that, nothing really.
Luke has played well indeed. Tonight's officials, David Jones, Daryl Garrettson, and Mark Wunderlich. And we're real pleased right now to have our starting point guard back. We'll talk about it momentarily. Tonight, Kevin Harlan in the pivot. Experience versus youth. Parrish versus Longley.
Yeah, I tell you what, Robert can get up for a game like this and dominate the game. He can't do it for 82 games anymore, but tonight he might have a special performance.
And it's shooting guard Dee Brown and Isaiah Ryder. This will be an interesting matchup. Two very athletic players.
Absolutely. Isaiah's really got the size and strength, but Dee Brown's got explosive jumping ability and great quickness.
What do you expect to see here this evening?
Well, I expect two teams that really need wins. I mean, you got to remember, both these teams are saying, hey, we need this game. We can win this game. And when you have two teams that really need wins and both feel they can beat the other team, you usually have a great game.
Well, we are close to another sellout here, about 1,000 tickets remaining. Last night, the first sellout of the season against the Phoenix Suns. This is a situation tonight, obviously, Kevin McHale. The Wolves really should win this game.
Yeah, they should win this game. I believe that. But you got to remember that the Celtics feel the same way. They're in their locker room saying we should beat this team. So, you know, when you have two teams that are below 500 and they're playing each other, you know, this means as much to these guys as it means to having Houston play Seattle. I mean, they both need this team. No one wants to be thought of as the worst team in the league or anything like that. So they're just going to keep on battling each other tonight. So I expect a very, very good game tonight.
Kevin McHale, no one's happier to announce the arrival of Kevin Harlan than myself right now. Straight from the Chiefs' big victory today, the overtime victory. Kevin, great to have you back.
And Green Bay won today, too. Kind of an interesting day. Great to be here. Hello again, everybody. And it'll be the Celtics and the Timberwolves, and the opening tap goes to Sherman Douglas in Boston. Where Michael Williams picks up the point guard out of Syracuse. Longley working on Parrish. Forcing the shot a little bit stray. Rebound, Ryder. Here comes Williams.
Yeah, Chiefy shot that one, a 14-foot shot. Bill only had a 10-foot shot. He shot that one right over the hoop that time.
Pass picked up on the wing by Brown. Frank with 8 to shoot. Doug West from 20.
Boy, Doug West shot the jumper very well last night. He starts off again tonight, hitting his first jump shot.
Dee Brown working on Ryder. Down low to Eddie Pinckney, and the missed shot. Rebound number 1 for Luke Longley, who has 3 consecutive double-doubles coming into tonight.
Kevin and Tom, isn't it fun to start counting Luke's rebounds and start saying there's number 1, expecting him to get a double-double on that?
Here we come, Douglas, out to Kevin Gamble. Rebound by Ryder, his second of the game. Michael Williams. And the Wolves lead 4-0.
Yeah, Michael came off pick and roll. Talking to the Celtics today, they said they've really had a lot of problem with the pick and roll. They really haven't been able to solve that all year long. That play, if any one play's hurt him, it's been the pick and roll. And Michael got an easy jump shot off it. They throw it to Chief and he takes a little patented rainbow and shot over the loop.
So hard to stop, so hard to defend.
You kidding me? I tried stopping that for 13 years of practice. Didn't stop any of them.
West into Longley. Rebound by Eddie Pinckney. Wolves on top by 2. Celtics can tie here. Nice defense by Isaiah Ryder.
Yeah, JR got running back on Chief, who ran out on Luke Smith. Chief is and look at that. There's my son, turncoat McHale. Benedict Arnold McHale. He's sitting with the Celtics bench. He's not eating for a week at my house. I'm telling you that right now.
Outside, missed shot by Brown. A rebound by Tellis Frank. Michael Williams off to Doug West. Great ball rotation for Ryder. Rebound Frank into Luke Longley.
Wow, that was great passing. That was Luke made a great pass out to JR for the jump shot, and Kelly made a great touch pass back to Luke. Good ball movement. Chris Ford is not happy. I've seen that look before. He's going to chew somebody's tail right here.
22nd timeout. Doug West with some hustling in the corner.
Yeah, kicks it out. Now that's a nice little look over to JR, who's got an open jump shot. Shoots it, but this is another spectacular pass. Boom! A one-handed pass and shoot it to Luke. Here it is, a Larry Bird type pass. Take that one hand and throw it on the rebound. Luke takes that one big bounce and goes up and hangs on the rim.
An experienced pass. A lot of young guys wouldn't make that kind of pass. Tellis Frank has been around the world, it seems, playing basketball, and he knew exactly what to do.
Absolutely. I mean, Tellis Frank is not the type of player who's going to try to do everything himself. He's going to be a complimentary player and make nice little plays like that.
Douglas to Williams, carries the screen. Now the switch defensively with West. Gamble down low to Pitt. Shot clock at 10. Douglas, all rotation to D. Brown. Rebound by Doug West. Minnesota's got a 6-1 rebounding advantage over the Boston Celtics. Long way to Ryder. D. Brown with it. Two great athletes going head-to-head on the far side.
Phenomenal athletes. What you have right now is two guys who can really jump, but you have explosive quickness versus explosive strength in JR. And I'd say that time that strength won out. We got an offensive foul on it, so. Whoa.
Had he made that thing go down, I would have been in awe.
I thought he was getting ready to dunk that. I mean, he's loaded. Boy, that's a heck of a crossover. He was getting ready to dunk that, then he pushed off on Eddie Pickney. But there's a case where that strength kind of beats the quickness, but when D. Brown's going to try to counteract that with his jumping ability and quickness.
Eddie Pickney. Here's Kevin Gamble. Another miss. Another Minnesota rebound. 7-1, but they throw it away. Brown into Ryder. By Ryder and up for two.
Oh, he's quick. That's good. That's a good move by D. D's the type player that I think that everybody expects more out of all the time because he has such flashes of brilliance. He's got to get himself into a level where he can play solid every night.
Ryder working on Brown. Minnesota holding on to a 2-point lead. Longley on Pitt. Nice scoop by Luke Longley.
Oh, what a beautiful move by Luke. Got to run out. So Chief does that. If you score on him, he'll run out and try to get one right back on you.
Longley knocks it away.
Yep. Good hustle by Luke on both ends of the court.
Boston turnover. Ryder thinking about three, and there's D. Brown right up. Williams into Douglas, and back after Ryder. Foul called on the play.
Boston ball, another point.
Looks like they're trying to crowd Ryder on the perimeter a little bit tonight.
Well, yeah, I think that what they're going to do with D. Brown knows he can't fight him when he gets close to the paint. He's too strong for him. So D's going to push up on him and try to make him do some things from the perimeter, or make him put the ball down and beat him a little bit. But D does have a little quickness advantage on JR, but JR is such a strong young man. He's got such a great advantage over D. But it's nice to see JR get to the line because, you know, last night, I don't think he got to the line, and the Wolves didn't get to the line much at all. They were doubled from the free throw line last night. Phoenix shot 34, the Wolves shot 17.
Ryder 15 points last night. 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Minnesota leads by 10. By 10 to 4 count. 6-point advantage now with the Boston Celtics. D. Brown. Boston struggling from the floor. They have gone 2 of 10.
Yeah, see, that's one of Boston's problems right now. Chiefs not really on the inside. They really don't have an inside game, Kevin, to go to until they go to the bench and bring in Raja and X-Man, Xavier McDaniel. So they're going to live and die with a jump shot here for a little while with this group.
Clock winding down for West. Doug West has gone 2 of 2. He began hot last night, you may recall as well. Minnesota leads by 8.
Absolutely. You know, I made that point that he came out last night really shooting the ball well. He's shooting the ball in a great rhythm right now. There goes Sherman Douglas with a patented move to the hole. Little crossover, fake dribble with his right hand, and come back and get right to the jar. He's tough on that move.
Michael Williams picks up the foul.
Right here. Whoop, there it is. That little fake. I saw him do that a lot when I played with him. He's an awful good player. Sherman probably had his low point of his career here last year. Kevin took off his shoes on the bench, didn't play much, very frustrated. Didn't go on the team bus. On the way back to the airport, we're on the airplane waiting for him to leave. We're going to play Indiana that night. Beat the Timberwolves last year. The Celtics did an unbelievable double overtime game. Great game. And Sherman came out there, and we all had a long talk with Sherman. And I tell you what, I have a lot of respect for that man. He pulled himself up by his bootstraps. Ended up having a great year. Second half of the year is really probably the most consistent player this year.
You know, Raja checks in. That adds more size and bulk up front for Boston.
Inside scoring.
Williams to Ryder. Wolves on top by 6, 12 to 6. Ryder inside. And he traveled. One too many steps, and Robert Parrish fronted him well. Timeout taken, 6:50 first quarter of play. Minnesota has come out to hit 5 of the first 7 shots, and they lead the game 12-6.
For a behind-the-scenes look at the Timberwolves, pick up the Star Tribune. You will find in-depth game coverage, player profiles, and of course, many new strategies for improving their defense.
And now here's Mac with the weather.
An Arctic blast brings the temperature down, but the savings go up at McDonald's. It's cold days, hot deals. Buy a quarter pounder with cheese at the regular price and get your second one for a price equal to yesterday's low daytime temperature. So the colder it gets, the more you save at McDonald's. And if the temperature dips below 0, your second quarter pounder with cheese is free. Cold days, hot deals. Now at your hometown McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Beautify your home with Glidden and Menards. Fred Saps interior paint is durable, just $8.92 a gallon. Fred 2000 is odorless and covers in one coat, now $9.97 after $3 mail-in rebate. Add style to your bathroom with a faucet from Moon. This double-handle lav is $29.98. This single-handle faucet is $44.88. Save on home remodeling at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Minnesota's come out to hit 5 of their first 7 shots. They lead by 6, 12-6 over the Boston Celtics. How can you win free tickets to the sold-out NBA All-Star Game here at the Target Center? Simply go to the Miller Genuine Draft All-Star Balloting Center during Timberwolves home games or to your neighborhood Applebee's. You'll have the chance to win great prizes, plus the grand prize of 2 free tickets to the big game. Kevin, I told Joey, I told Mike, I told Sasha, I told everybody in your family, if you don't vote,
can't win, and they know that.
They do
know that. Yes, they do.
Douglas weaving through traffic and takes it inside. Rolls come out of the pack, right around to Williams. On the fly from 20. Partially deflected. Nice defense by Boston. Here comes the Celtics.
Yeah, D-Brown got that big hand up and gave it to Chief, who outran the pass. And luckily he missed that layup on that end, and Doug West got a nice rebound.
Rolls out rebounding Boston 10-1. Boston shooting 18% to begin the game. 2 of 11. Williams down the long way. Roger with some hustle. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 2 on the run against the glass at home.
Nice shot by Michael again. Shot clock going down. Banked it in. Bailed out the team.
They just lead right now 9. Wolves make it 8.
Little backdoor to D there, but you got to watch out for him. He can get up. That's Sherman Douglas is probably one of the best lob passers in the league. He can really deliver that ball, and D looks for it quite often.
Oh, pick off by Parrish. Off the D. Brown into Ryder. Wide open Kevin Gamble. Frank came out with the foul.
Old Chiefy stepped in that passing lane, and I guess you don't play in this league for 43 years and not figure out what you're doing, huh? He stepped in that passing lane and got an interception. And you got to be careful when you have the ball passing. Chief will step in those passing lanes, and even with his age, and really, you know, his quickness is diminished somewhat, but he anticipates very well.
What does you really feel on not playing out there? I mean, this has got to be a weird experience for you, seeing your old team play like this and you're not out there.
It's a little different, but there's been enough changes with the Celtics organization that, you know, my time has come and gone, and I enjoyed my time there, but I'm glad to be here with you, Kevin.
It's mutual, baby. Roger outside to D. Brown. Nails the 3 and brings the Celtics to within a 14-11 reach.
He's one of those players that can single-handedly get really hot and do a Danny Ainge imitation and score a ton of points and do stuff like this because he really is an athletic player, and he can take over a game, so you got to watch out.
Ryder has 2 fouls now. Brown is quick, isn't he?
Sure, I was just going to say Jay kind of hung that ball out there and dared him to grab it, and he did. He's got to realize he's got the strength over D and use his strength on him, not try to use just quickness.
You know, Roger. Into Frank with a nice hook. Rebound by Luke Longley for Minnesota. That's his second of the game. Williams again on the run. showing a great deal of patience.
No, they came down and hoisted one up there. Got to get everybody involved in the game. You got Chuck Person in the game. You got Luke down that low box. You got to distribute that ball a little bit more if you're a point guard.
Foul called on Longley. Why is Boston in the game down by just 3, shooting 29% because they've turned the ball over once, and Minnesota has turned it over 6 times.
Boy, I tell you what, I hate to get into this mode again. We turn the ball over. This is Chiefy's patented move, baseline, boom. And I tell you what, you go to put some weight on his back, he spins right off your weight. You got to give him an extra half step on that baseline. Make sure he doesn't use that spin move on you.
Kevin Gamble played at Iowa, toiled in the CBA, and earned an NBA berth. He has been a star for this team. Starter for many years. Rebound by Luke Longley, his third, and the 13th for Minnesota.
Strong rebound, too, up above the crowd type rebound. The type of rebound you like to see the center get.
Frank. Out to West. Over the person and down to Frank. Chris Smith in the game and dialing long distance for the first time. On court, Parrish in mid-stride. Oh, and he gets it to drop as he bangs into Chuck Person.
A great left-handed shot by Chief. Another case where the ball gets shot and he takes off running down the floor, even at his age. And this is where Sherman Douglas is very, very good. Looking up the court, hitting Chief, rewarding him for running, touching out the glass with the left hand, and making Chuck Person foul him. Here it is going up soft off the glass. Look at that. Bingo and in.
What is the most compelling thing about the play of Robert Parrish in your view?
His steadiness, his reliability over the years. I think that he's been there in the middle for so long, and we all relied on him so much to cover up for all of our mistakes. You know, if we got a little aggressive on the outside, he was always there to block shots and do the little things on the inside.
Boston on an 8-0 run. Person will try to break the tie, and he throws it there. Lee Brown has it. Boston could have their first lead here if they come down and convert. Dino Rogers tripped up, missing, fouled on the play. Doug West picks it up. What kind of player is this kid?
He was rookie of the month, his first month in the league, playing very well. But you know what happens though, Kevin? No one was really sure what his game was. He's a good rebounder for him. When he came in, people weren't accustomed to what his game was. Likes to pump fake, likes to dip underneath. All of a sudden, you go around this league once, and everybody sees you. The next time around, they're not going for that pump fake. He's having a harder time scoring. Now he's got to make the next adjustment. Now he's got to just shoot the ball. They're expecting the pump fake. He just got to turn and shoot. Make a couple of those. They'll start jumping again. So it's a cat and mouse game when you're a low post player.
Celtics had their first lead tonight, 15-14. Coming back from 8 down. On a 9-0 run. Out west. Nice pass from Smith. Campbell with the rebound. On to Parrish. Great lead. Rejected. Counted for 2.
Boy, I tell you what, he is getting up and on the court very, very well, and they're not happy with this. Sidney Lowe all the time. Look at Big Chief motoring down the court. Got his hand up. He's saying, "Ooh, I'm open. Give me the ball." And boom, he got it. He wanted that. You see him? Hey, man, I'm 40 years old, and I ran these guys out of the floor. I want the ball.
Celtics on top by 3. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
Whoa, sumo wrestling. Come on, we'll miss the high dive competition. High dive, sumo, high dive.
Guys, let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents Sumo High Dive.
No.
Yes, it's true.
Here's the reverse 2.5.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything. He's going for no splash. In his dreams, Bob.
Some dive, some beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? Now here's a real value deal you can sink your teeth into. Every Wednesday night is value night with the Timberwolves at McDonald's. Stop in any McDonald's and pick up a coupon to order 4 upper-level Wolves tickets and $10 in McDonald's gift certificates, all for just $29. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Wolves fans, you can get $3 off any Timberwolves weekday game with Treat Seats coupons available at Target stores. Brought to you by Care 11 and Target.
Champion Auto Stores.
At Champion Auto Stores and Crown Auto Service Centers, we make automotive repairs easy. Now you have a choice. You can do it yourself, or we'll do it for you. And all of our repairs and installation services are backed with guarantees assuring that you'll never have to worry about a repair or a price at Crown Auto Service Centers. And we put all of our promises in writing. Champion Auto Stores and Crown Auto Service Centers. We make automotive repair easy.
Celtics on top 17-14. 3:15 remaining in the first quarter. Be sure you and your family are at the Target Center January 20th when the Timberwolves battle the San Antonio Spurs. What are you laughing about?
Nothing. Just watching the game, enjoying the game.
First 3,000 kids 14 and under will receive a Timberwolves mini ball compliments of Coca-Cola in Pier 11. That's January 20th. Thurl Bailey in the game, and he knocks one down.
Yeah, Big T's going to have a little bit height advantage on Kevin Gamble there. And he can take him down that low post and score over him. Now he's got to be concerned about Kevin Gamble coming off picks and shooting jumpers on the other end.
Kevin Douglas whips it right down. Nice kickoff by Bryant. Here comes Smith. Late first quarter, Minnesota down by 1. Wolves can take a lead. They've already led by 8 in this first quarter. Into Chuck Person. Tellis Frank. Here comes Sherman Douglas. 3-on-2. They've got numbers. Off to D. Brown.
Back in the paint.
Dino Rogers against New Orleans State and Mike Brown. And Rogers come off the bench to go 0-3. Boston at 33% from the floor. Smith the other way into Parrish. And a rebound by Sherman Douglas. Away by Bailey. Kind of a frantic pace to this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think that's the way the Celtics want to play, though. The Celtics said they got to start scoring more points. They've been getting caught up in these 88, 89, 91-point games. They want to start scoring 110 and make the other team score 111 to beat you.
Celtics with a nice little run over the last 5 minutes or so. Campbell picked up by Brown to switch defensively. Now they got Person on Brown. Frank on Parrish. Not a good matchup.
Well, Big Chief's going to work his way in there for the shot that he wants. He missed it, but Kelly's just not big enough to guard Robert down there. After the last couple of games, Kevin, when the Wolves were scoring more points, they really got mired down into a slowed down offense right now. And I really think part of that is because I think the point guards are looking to score a little too much. You've had Michael come down and shoot a few shots. You've had Smitty come down and shoot a few shots. And the point guards right now should start getting the other people involved in the game.
Number 55 was J.C. Earl taking the place of Parrish. J.C. Earl, a first-round pick out of Iowa this past year. And they like him, don't they?
Yeah, they've been pretty happy with him. Chuck comes off for a jumper and missed it. This could be like the first team to 60 wins. They're really happy with AC. They think that he's going to be a solid NBA center in a couple of years, just learning the game.
Wow, what a move by Kevin Gamble. Fouled on the play.
Speaking of Hawkeyes, there's another one of them, Kevin Gamble. He made a great move there, boy. I tell you what, he was warming his way through there, jumps up, splits 2 defenders, throws it up there off the glass and gets it to go. That's just one heck of an individual move.
I'm sure you appreciate the perseverance it took to go down from the NBA to the CBA and work his way back into the league.
If you got a chance with Kevin Gamble, though, it wouldn't surprise you. Solid person. Had a dream to play in the NBA and wasn't going to let that dream die.
Boston's got the 4-point lead. Their biggest tonight. To Bailey, not wearing the goggles. And a foul called as Bailey comes off the bench with 4 quick points.
Boy, if you make strong moves like that, you can leave those goggles right at home. That was a heck of a move. Watch this. He goes right through 2 guys, splits them, gets a little tall. Kevin Gamble hits him on the elbow, and Thurl Bailey goes up front. You know, there's no way that Kevin Gamble can guard Thurl Bailey down that low box. I think he looks better without the goggles, don't you? Handsome Thurl standing up there. The goggles, you know, they make him look like a robo guy.
Well, he was wearing the goggles in warm-ups, and I could have sworn when he first came in about 3 minutes ago, he had them on.
I'm sure some sort of problem with him, some sort of sweat on him, or strap broke, or whatever.
We're in the final minute of the first quarter. Up to Gamble for 3. Rebound by Chuck Person. Boston shooting 34%, Minnesota 42%.
That's another case where it's a 2 to make 1. Try to get the, oh, great pass.
You know, Tellis Frank has had about 3 or 4 inside opportunities tonight. I don't recall that last night or even in games previous.
No, he's, they're right now. I had said earlier that the Celtics have had a lot of problem with the pick and roll. Right here, what they did in the pick and roll, they tried switching it. And when you do a lot of switching, you get a lot of running around, and you end up with people wide open at the basket. We talked about that with the Wolves before, Kevin. You tried doing too much fancy stuff on defense, and it ends up with layups. If you play solid basketball, the guy usually beats you with the jump shot.
Trailing at 20 all tie. Tellis Frank, 2 free throws. Minnesota's got a lead. Minnesota one time led by 8, and they trailed by 4. Here they lead by 1. All in this first quarter.
Well, a full first quarter.
Sherman Douglas. Tellis Frank has really played a very underrated role in this ball game. He's already got 5 rebounds.
Yeah, really, really has. Solid basketball.
Person into Bailey. Shot. It's going to have to be a buzzer beater. And he misses, and that's it for 1 quarter of play. Minnesota leads the quarter with a 21-20 lead over the Boston Celtics. Sidney Lowe's team shooting 38%, Boston 32%. Wolves come out with a 1-point advantage.
Cellular One has set up state-of-the-art cellular service that reaches clear across America. Just think how clear it'll sound across the street.
Tim Burke's parents aren't loyal First Bank customers just because 5 years ago the bank set up their IRA, or 12 years ago helped them get their mortgage. Tim's parents are with First Bank because this year their banker took the time to learn more about each member of the family and tactfully suggested a college education fund for young Tim.
Let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents Full Contact Golf.
Yeah!
We're still on the first hole, Bob, and this is Davis teeing it up. Here's the drive. It is blocked! Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. Oh, he's got daylight going for the green. Here's the putt. There's the blitz.
Oh, good beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
Old Buck and I have had a good time talking to farmers about Bucktril herbicide. But he thinks it's time we get serious and tell folks how great it really is. Buck's been out every day reminding folks about Bucktril's fast knockdown and how there's no vapor drift to burn the neighbor's beans. And now, this convenient new gel pack formulation. Why, he even claims that Bucktril users give it a 98% satisfaction rating. Well, how do you suppose he knew that?
Fraser and Son visit Sammy's Playhouse, but look out, here comes Mom. Next time on Cheers.
Saturday at 10:35 on KARE 11.
That's Daryl Gerritsen. He's in charge of all NBA referees. He makes trips with different crews around the NBA. In between periods here, we were looking at the inflation of the balls. It's the same problem last night. And the visiting team can select the ball. Phoenix last night selected a ball, have a couple choices, and Sherman Douglas has picked the ball he wants to use tonight here at the Target Center. But there was some question as to the inflation of the ball and then the feel of the ball, too.
Yeah, Michael Williams said the ball was flat to him. And Steve Brown probably said, or Sherman probably said, yeah, we only scored 20 points. Let's get a new ball.
Brown was in on Bailey, and Bailey fought for position and got it.
Oh, that's a good post-up move right there by Big T. He's really using his size advantage big time here in this first half.
Bailey has come back in now to go 3 of 3 since coming off the bench. Raja working on Frank. Oh, and he tried to slam and taps up and in his own net.
He stayed with it. He went for the slam and missed it, but he stayed with it, tapped it back in.
And here comes Chris Smith. Team seems to be running a little bit more fluid with Smith in there, outside the Bailey.
Yeah, as long as the point guard looks to distribute the ball, see where your mismatches are, where's the ball going to go, and make good decisions, the team's going to run a little better.
Chris Corciani on Chris Smith. And Smitty gets one to drop.
Nice little jump shot by Smitty there. When the offense is bogged down, you're under 10 seconds, then you don't mind your point guard shooting the ball.
Down low, pass pick off by Frank, who's been invaluable in this game. Smith, who begins the second quarter, is Hackett inside. Smith beginning and not Michael Williams starting the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, Michael, a little bit of a rest. They got a nice little flow going right now. They're going to throw Bailey down the low box. Smitty's been shooting some shots and driving in the hole.
You see the recognition, though, when Bailey before was down there. He had the mismatch, and you can see it right in the right-hand corner of your screen.
Yeah, right there. Well, I mean, he's got D. Brown, but D. Brown cannot play him. You know, everybody and their uncle comes over to try to stop him, but when you get that low in the paint, you can run 9 guys at the guy. It doesn't make that much difference. You know, the damage is already done. Throw just went up and shot it.
Bailey off the bench, 3 of 3 and a rebound. Luke Longley will come off in a second. Chris Smith gives the Wolves a 4-point lead. Tellis Frank will leave, and Frank has 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 points.
Interesting lineup here with Mike Brown and Luke Longley out there. I tell you what, if Luke is being guarded by AC Earl, he really should be able to make some hay on AC because he's just so much stronger than AC. That's one of the things the Celtics have been working on is AC's strength.
Orchiani. Minnesota's bench has outscored the Boston bench 11-3. Corciani played for Jim Valvano down in North Carolina State. Rick Fox in the game. He's out of North Carolina. And down low to AC Earl. He's all over the place. He's all over the place with the traveling violation.
Yeah, AC had a traveling violation. He had a really good game against the Wolves up in Fargo, North Dakota. In the preseason, so he's probably thinking he's still hot from that game. A lot of things have changed from that game. Luke's playing much better.
Orchiani is known for feisty defensive play. Chuck Person is known to score at will.
Yes, he is. When he gets that jump shot going, he can fill it up.
Timeout, Boston. And the Celtics, who led by 4, now trail by 7. This game has been a roller coaster. Wolves led by 8, and they trailed by 4. Now they lead by 7. This is the Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
At Old Country Buffet, frozen food leaves us cold. About the only things we have that are frozen are the free desserts. Come on into Old Country Buffet, where you get really good food, including desserts and beverages, for one low price.
There are 9 Twin Cities Old Country buffets, plus Rochester and St. Cloud.
So, what's a Hymenoptera formicide?
An ant.
What do roaches eat?
Lint, grease.
How can you answer your office phone at a different location?
I have no idea.
Well, you can't be an expert at everything. So to help with your phones, US West created the Small Business Group. We'll answer your questions and help you run your business the way you want to. After all, you know bugs.
One of the favorite entrees of the Black Widow is the mop.
And we know phones. The Small Business Group at US West.
Timberwolves have led by as many as 8, now on top by 7, 29-22 early in the second quarter.
Yeah, you can see all the Celtics are wearing the little black patch there in honor of their ex-captain and great teammate and great player, Reggie Lewis. Unbelievable that something would happen. I got that call. I was just absolutely shocked. I mean, they said it could happen anytime. His heart was in such a bad shape, but for some reason, you just don't believe it can happen to somebody you know who's 28 years old, 29 years old. It was just a tragic, tragic summer.
Lazem Petrovic at New Jersey dying in a car wreck in Germany. NBA lost 2 great stars.
Yes, they did. 2 young and rising players.
Bailey down low to Brown. Eddie Pinckney back in the game. You see him, he's out of Villanova. And just about has the theft. Shot clock will be at 8. And Sherman Douglas back in the game.
Yeah,
Corciani.
Sherman's playing a lot of minutes this year. The thing that Sherman can do is if you get guys running out ahead of him, he'll get him the ball.
9:40 remaining in this first half. 8 seconds to shoot, and Chuck Person will trigger. Quick jump shot by Chris Smith. Rebound tap by Bailey. Right to Longley, rejected by Parrish. And they'll count it for 2. The goaltender, Longley now, 6 points and 3 rebounds.
Good hustle there by Thorough Billy, though, to keep the ball alive. That's those little things that, doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but he battles X-Man, Xavier McDaniel, and tips the ball, gets to Luke for an easy hoop. I mean, those are little plays that win games, and the Wolves have got to do a lot more of that.
Working on ground in the isolation. A shake and bake and a foul. All a little travel call. Celtics. Dennis Johnson is one of their assistant coaches. How good was he during your run?
DJ just makes me laugh to look at him. What a great man he was. We had a lot of fun together, boy. I tell you what, he could play defense. DJ, when he put his mind to it, he got to stop anybody. He would have been great to see him in his prime guard Michael.
Chuck Person. And the rebound by McDaniel, the quick outlet to Douglas, and here come the Celtics. Rick Fox. Into Parrish, working on long. Dumps it off. Oh, what a pass by Douglas to Pickney. They can't convert. Boston, 32% from the floor.
Boy, I tell you what, he got right in there, and he couldn't finish the shot. But what a great, nice interior passing by Celtics. Chief, first of all, makes a good pass. Sherman makes a great catch. Nice dump off to Eddie. Eddie goes up and misses a kind of a chippy. And nice interior passing, though, by the Celtics.
Chuck Person. Back to Smith. Luke Long. Loose ball foul called. Inside on Minnesota's Luke Long.
They might have called on Xavier. They catch X on that?
One was 13, one was 31. They did. It's like Parrish and Longley having a little discussion out there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there. Well, that was kind of an odd call there. I think they did it. They called on X-Man there.
They did, yeah. That's where I got confused because when the referees hold up the fingers, it's
1-3, 3-1. It's kind of a dyslexic read by you. That's okay. I tried saying dyslexic. I think I did.
Easy for you to say. Bailey with his first miss tonight. They're now 3 and 4. Rick Fox. And he can't do anything with it. And Daniel can't either. Bailey cleans it up. Here comes Smith. Ryder on the storm on the wing and into Smith. One. Oh, Bailey climbs the ladder and tomahawks it down.
Oh, Big T's got a lot of spring in his legs tonight. He's down there on low box. He's shooting, he's scoring. I think he's got 9 points already. He is playing very, very well in the first half.
Bailey didn't play a lot last night.
No, he didn't. I think it was one of those odd games with mismatches. Thoreau never really got into the game last night, but tonight he does. Here's a nice dish over to Luke. Luke, takes a nice shot, sizes it up, and T comes in from the backside and just throws it down. T rising up and throwing it down.
Bailey only played 7 minutes last night and 2 points.
Yeah.
Fox on Ryder. Pickney has it out to Douglas. And Sherman Douglas is his first shot in 3.
Eddie Pickney is a very good offensive rebound. You got to pay some attention to him down the glass. He's so good in that glass, second shots, and really disrupts your defense by getting offensive rebounds.
Ryder with 5 to shoot. Fox the steal. It's loose. Picked up by Boston. Here comes the X-Man. Xavier McDaniel.
JR's had some problems with that ball on the perimeter. He's had the second steal. D. Brown tipped one away from him, and there Rick Fox took one away from him.
Ryder. JR now 0-2. He's got 5 turnovers in the game. Ryder does himself. 5. McDaniel into Bailey.
Oh, come on, down.
Pickney. Oh, he gets a good drop.
Yeah, tough offensive rebound. That's what we just talked about. Eddie Pickney can go in there and get some offensive rebounds for you. Follow it up. X makes a drive. I think he gets fouled on this drive. And Eddie's in there to clean it up. And then gets fouled by Big Luke and has got enough strength to get the ball up to the hoop.
Eddie Pickney was an initial draft choice of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Eddie was down there in that whole time that we talked about last time a little bit when they had that whole drug scandal. He was very glad to get out of there. He said it was very, very, really troubled time in Phoenix.
3:28. free throws now for Eddie Pinckney, rather the one, and he does not complete the ball. Michael Williams out to West. Wolves have got the scorers out there. Leitner again not playing tonight because of the hip hit. 8 to shoot. Long, going hard to the rack. Rebound Ed Pinckney.
Good shot by Luke. Went up strong. You know, just a little bit hard off that back iron, but a 2-foot shot. You're not going to get many better looks than that.
Nice pass. Douglas to Pinckney, and he was hammered inside. Oh, they called a jump ball.
Oh, good recovery defense by Luke. Got over there, got his hand on the ball, blocked it. Good aggressive, good aggressive move on the offensive end by Luke. Then he comes back and makes a good aggressive defensive play. Yes. Goes up right now, gets on top of the ball, and brings it down, and he gets a jump out of it. And wins the tap.
They're crossing the 5:50 mark on the second quarter. Minnesota leads at 33-28. Williams to West. To Frank. Working on Parrish. Through the shot clock, Minnesota throws it away. Turnover number 8. Boston's got 7.
Too many turnovers, and this is not an artistic game by any stretch of the imagination. But both teams have got to settle down now. I mean, realistically, the Wolves should have probably a 10 to 12-point lead right now. Now they're only ahead 5, and that's just not enough.
Down to the double team. McDaniel into Douglas. Losing the ball. Picks it up. West has it now. Ryder's ahead of him. Ryder in and up and down. Isaiah Ryder.
Maybe they'll get Jay jump-started here. You know, JR's got to get some things going for him. He hasn't had a good first half. He gets some breakouts, gets that open court. He's as good as anybody.
Fox. McDaniel. Douglas.
Sherman Douglas.
5-point Minnesota lead. 4:55 in the first half. The Longley moved down. Rebound by Robert Parrish. He now has 3 in the game. Minnesota's got a 2-rebound edge. At one time they led 10 to 1 in rebounding.
Yeah, things have really evened up since that point. I think Gerald's got a foul, little hold on Doug West down there. You know, this is one thing that the Wolves have got to learn too. Where are your mismatches? Right now, you know, I think the Celtics feel that they have a size advantage with Xavier McDaniel over Doug West. They'll go to that. And now, you know, the Wolves have got to look out there. I think they got to do a better job of deciding, you know, where's our strength? You know, where's our matchup? Little play by Extra. Getting back to that, any good team, I don't care if it's football, they'll look at their best matchup. Why fight the other team's best player? Where do we have a mismatch? You know, the Wolves have got to get a little better at that.
D. Brown, rebound Pinckney. Sherman Douglas. Celtics came in tonight 13 and 19. Oh, they tried the alley-oop and no one was there because they got caught up. D. Brown, I think, was the target.
Yes, he was. Sherman thought D was going to go back for the alley-oop, and D broke out to the wing for the jump shot, and that looks terrible when that happens. You get a ball going out of bounds and no one within 15 feet. That makes coaches go crazy and makes Chris Ford lose a little bit of a hair he's got left on top of his head.
Frank Williams. Gonzalez. Fake into Pinckney. In a 2-man game, Williams and Frank in a 3 by Michael. No, rebound by McDaniel.
Oof. That wasn't the shot there that we wanted. Worked the ball around, end up with 3 seconds with your point guard heaving one up from the perimeter.
Parrish has it. And McDaniel trying to make good. He's got 2, and he stays there. Rebound by Longley, his 4th. West flying in from the wing. This has to be one of the uglier games we have seen.
Oh, look at this. It's 35-30 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Oh, this is pretty. This is pretty. This is the way basketball was meant to be played.
I'm reading his mind. Where is McHale? Where is McHale? Come out of retirement.
And look at how much Harry's lost already since I left. There you go. You got Dougie running down the lane there and just splitting defense. This is not a good basketball game right now. And but you got 2 teams that need a win.
Fans purchase tickets with your First Bank checks or First Bank credit cards. You can receive incredible discounts on Timberwolves tickets and merchandise. Check your bill statements or call 673-1667. Doug West now has 5. Oh, and a technical foul On one of the Celtics. On McDaniel. What do you think he said?
I know exactly what he said.
Can you paraphrase for us?
He told him that you should probably start calling fouls because I'm getting hammered going to the hole. And Chief went over to X and said, X, come on, we need you in the game. Just take it easy. And now this is where Daryl makes a nice little play. See how Daryl went down and took the spot of the official that X had been John with? And then, you kind of change it up. No, X doesn't have a beef with Daryl. He's going to look at Daryl. That's
nice subtlety, yeah.
That's a very smart thing. That's what good officials do. Get the guy out of the guy's face. And that's what should have happened the other night when Isaiah Ryder got thrown out. Another official should come over and talk to Mike and say, okay, Mike, but, they didn't have enough veteran officials. And that's my complaint with the officials, is not enough veterans on here.
Very good point. Very interesting little point. Parrish into Longley and Smith. Rebound by Doug West of Minnesota. His third. Here comes Smith. Off the Ryder. Into Douglas and to the hole.
Wow. Wasn't that pretty? What a tough shot. Goodness gracious. He makes those tough shots look awful easy.
9-point Minnesota lead. Nice bounce back into McDaniel. Foul by Longley or jump ball.
Yeah, they called the foul on Big Luke.
That's his third foul. I thought he had position.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Did he use the hip though, Kevin?
Well, no, watch what they won't show it again. But he let, this is a great move by Isaiah Ryder. We'll talk about Luke in a minute. That's just a phenomenal move. But Luke put his arm down.
39-30, the Timberwolves.
Cellular One has set up state-of-the-art cellular service that reaches clear across America. Beautiful, isn't it?
The Minnesota State Lottery has a game for you. So play your favorite, or try a new one. There are still millions in prizes you could win. So keep on playing.
One more time. Buy with low pricing, Don's Appliance and TV.
Low price.
A price tag means nothing without knowing what stands behind that tag. Knowledgeable salespeople, quality name brands backed by Don's service. Free delivery and removal of old. Get low prices now on KitchenAid for the way it's made. Top of the line at a Don's price. See KitchenAid now at Don's Appliance.
Buy with low pricing, Don's Appliance and TV.
2:41 left in the first half tonight. The Wolves on top of the Celtics 39-30. Hope you can stick around for halftime tonight. This evening we will focus on the elder statesman in the NBA. Oldest player playing the game right now, Robert Parrish. Scores and highlights of the Cavs-Hawks game tonight. And as always, Wolves and Celtics first half highlights later. Kevin Harlan, Kevin McHale's conversation with his old friend Robert Parrish. Looking forward to that.
Indeed. How close were you and Parrish?
Very close. Chief and I, my first condominium was right across the hall from Chief. I lived there. We lived right next to each other for about 3 years, and we were both single. We spent a lot of time together. I like Chief. Chief is just a solid guy, and the thing about Chief that most people don't realize, he's got an unbelievable sense of humor. Loves to laugh and loves to kid around. He's got a very stoic face when he plays.
Who gave him the name Chief? Is it Maxwell?
Well, actually, yeah. You remember the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest when the guy went up and down the floor?
Yes.
Chief's back hurt so bad the first training camp looked just like that guy. He running stepping down. Go get him, Chief.
Ryder fumbles it. There's a foul on Isaiah Ryder with the push. Ryder now has got 3 fouls, 5 turnovers, and 6 points.
This is a pass that JR should have caught. I mean, it wasn't that tough of a pass. And he said that they called him for a push on D, and that wasn't too much of a push.
Raja back in the game now for the Boston Celtics. Ryder's got the 3 fouls, as does Longley. And D. Brown, what did you guys think when he made that historic blindfolded slam dunk? I'm sorry, he wasn't blind. He pumped up the sheet. I'm thinking of Sabella's.
Yeah, he pumped up his shoes, but what he did, he put his elbow across his eyes. Remember, he actually did the before the blindfolded dunk. He had right, exactly. Yeah, he covered it up. Well, I knew the kid could jump out of the gym. His first training camp, I couldn't believe how high this kid could jump. And, you know, Larry couldn't jump 2 inches. Was just fascinated by him. Would always say, D, go dunk it for me. Okay, D must have dunked about 10,000 balls in training camp. Because Larry said, dunk another one, D, would you? He could really jump. He still can.
D. Brown played at Jacksonville. West on Brown. Up to Chris Smith. And Mike Brown keeps the ball alive for the Wolves. Interesting that Smith is in there. I think Sidney's irritated at Michael Williams' shot selection.
I think he's irritated at the shot selection that Smitty just took, too. I think you don't want your point guard shooting the ball from outside that much.
Smith. Shot clock down to 7. Knocked away by Brown. Folks, I invite you to buckle up for D. Brown. And he puts it down.
D. Brown.
Yep,
I thought he was going to jump it.
I did too. I thought he was going to throw it down, but he saw Doug West coming from behind him and wanted to make sure he got the 2 points.
5-point game. Alley-oop, Chuck Person, nice fake. Count it.
Great pass by Tellis Franklin. Another little thing that Tellis Franklin does very well, feeds the postman from the inside, from the outside to the inside. Nice little over-the-top pass there, giving Chuck a layup.
Person 2 of 7 on the floor. Douglas against Smith. Rebound by Smith. Wolves running in the lanes. Well, here comes Franklin on the field. Look at that play. Look at that play.
That's what you want out of your point guard. If he didn't get in there, yeah, he's holding his thumb. Looks like he might have let's get his thumb. And boy, Sherman comes back and puts one right back in on him. Yeah, looks like you're going to have to take a 20-second or a full time out here. Smitty did something to his thumb. It's really bothering him.
20-second timeout. I think he dislocated it, dude. Pulled it on the socket.
I don't know. He might have. Boy, I did that a couple times playing it. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep, he's pulling it in.
Yeah.
Exactly what's going on.
Yeah, that hurt. Those really bother you, boy. Oh. Did that to my, I was playing in the playoffs, and actually I broke my little finger. And at timeout, they put moleskin on it and taped it up. Back then, they didn't believe in x-rays much. That was Smitty going the lane now. I'm not sure exactly where he got it, but he got it right on the end of that play.
You know, speaking of that, I used to do games with Ed McCall, Easy Ed McCall.
Sure.
He one time broke his ring finger on his right hand, his shooting hand, and they didn't believe in x-rays, especially back in the 50s and 60s. So when they figured out 2 months later that it was broken, they rebroke it, and they put a basketball in his hand to form his finger, which would never have flexibility because they had to re-break it.
Right.
Because the calcium had built in there and the finger was ruined. So his finger now is at a curve, like a hockey stick curve, and it goes around a basketball. Because that's what he's shooting all the time.
Didn't know that. Another story, Kevin, that you got that amazes me.
Michael Williams.
Really amazed me.
I've got more, too. Hold on. D. Brown with a nice pickoff. West takes it right back. It's got numbers.
This is a sloppy game. Wow, I'd love to say something better about it, but this is a sloppy game right now.
20 turnovers combined for both teams.
So, working on one of those 40 turnover games for the team, 20 apiece.
West, Williams. Wow, what a screen by Brown.
Harold Garrison took one in the gourd. I tell you what, a lot of players in this league right now are cheering.
I don't want to ask you again where he got it, but
right in the gourd. Oh, I think he hit him right in the head. Oh, Darryl. Darryl's a pretty tough guy, though. He'll bounce back off that. I tell you what, he's been in the league a long time.
Below the old Mason-Dixon line. There is no protective cover in the NBA.
No, there is not. Your flesh and the man's elbows. Better shoot it, Mike.
Mike Brown! Oh, he put it in! Do you believe what you just saw?
I'm putting his name down for the three-point shootout at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Douglas at the other end. No, buzzer sounds. We've come to halftime. Mike Brown kisses it off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 9, 45-36.
Pressure. The game is up in the air. There's always one person that should try to keep control. When my players see this sign, they know we're running to win. This means we're going down inside to the post. If we need one shot, last shot. They're going to see a one-up. When we need poise, we bring it right down. If you're out there having a couple of drafts with a couple of friends, I got a sign for you right now. Right here. Use your head. Think when you drink.
In 1930, Northwest installed air-to-ground radio communications. And with a little altitude, we could darn near hear Chicago from Minneapolis.
Is everybody on the line, Bill?
Yes, John, we're all here.
I'll fax it to you.
These days, people can make a phone call without getting out of their seat.
Hi, Mom.
Some people call home just to say hi from 35,000 feet.
Guess where I am?
People just know how to fly.
For a behind-the-scenes look at the Timberwolves, pick up the Star Tribune. You will find in-depth game coverage, player profiles, and, of course, any new strategies for improving their defense.
Get up and get moving and put some real excitement in your life with Travel Career Training. We're ready to train you now to work in travel agencies, airlines, cruise lines, hotels, and more. In just a few months, you could be on your way. Make your dreams become reality in the exciting and challenging travel industry. Call Rasmussen Business College today at 545-2000 for your ticket to a new future. Rasmussen Business College, 545-2000. Call now.
Philadelphia may be a serious film, but wait till you see what kinds of pranks Denzel Washington pulled on Tom Hanks on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Monday at 6:30 on KARE 11.
Halftime here at Target Center, and that score is correct. It is halftime, and the Celtics have only scored 36 points. They trail 45-36. As we have seen tonight, this Celtic team is really only a shadow of the one that made it a habit of hanging championship banners from the Celtics rafter in Boston. The only remnant left from that team, the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Trying to get it back to Bird. Good double team. They find Parrish. Robert got it. Hold it at the buzzer. The Chief.
Robert Parrish is one of the greatest centers of all time. But in his high school days, he did not seem destined for the Hall of Fame.
Everybody got a number except for me, and the only jersey that was left was 00. And so they say either 00 or wait 2 weeks. So that shows you how good it was, right?
Even after being drafted by the Warriors, Parrish's stoic manner caused critics to doubt him.
Oh, I was categorized as being lackadaisical, very distant, antisocial.
But as things at Golden State seemed hopeless, his fortunes were about to change dramatically. On June 9th, 1980, he became a Celtic.
Went from outhouse to the penthouse, so to speak. So I was very happy about the trade.
In the tradition-rich setting of Boston Garden, Parrish found a home. Teaming with second-year sensation Larry Bird, Robert helped revitalize Celtic pride. Today, Robert Parrish remains the NBA's version of the ever-ready Rabbit. He just keeps going and going and going. 18 NBA seasons in all, and the Chief shows few signs of slowing down, even at the ripe age of 40.
You know, it's challenging for me. My teammates telling me I'm too old, you know, I'm ancient. You know, I need to go to Jiffy Lube, get a lube job. So all that serves as a motivating factor for me to go out and prove them wrong.
And Parrish has done just that. Earlier this season, he passed Larry Bird for 12th place in the all-time NBA scoring list with just under 22,000 points.
I still go out and basically do the same thing. You know, I'm definitely a little slower, and I can't do it for as long. But I still think I'm still good at what I do. I still think I'm one of the top players in the league.
Parrish's numbers are amazing, but the most remarkable aspect of his 18-year NBA career is his longevity. At 40, the Chief is now the oldest player in the league.
Robert knows he can't turn back the hands of time, but he's found a way to slow them down. For the past 9 summers, the Chief has immersed himself in kung fu to stay sharp.
It really has enhanced my flexibility. It really builds on my legs because of this different stance. You got to be very low, and it also is very good for stamina because in order to do the kicks and the punches, you got to be in very good physical condition. So it's a great foundation for me going into training camp.
Robert Parrish has probably participated in his final training camp for the Boston Celtics. But then again, if the Chief wanted to return, you know he could. Never been against Robert Parrish. His career really has been remarkable. 7 points tonight. The Celtics only have 38 in the first half. And later, coming up in a few minutes, Kevin McHale rejoins his ex-Celtics teammate, the Chief, Robert Parrish. An update of tonight's NBA scores is coming up next at the half. The Wolves lead the Celtics 45-36.
You can shovel and shiver for the next 4 months, or you could shoot for the Sun. Register to win a sunny weekend in Phoenix to watch the Wolves play the Sun. Call this number to find the First Bank nearest you. Register at First Bank through January 29th. It's that easy. When you register, set up a time to talk with an FBS Investment Services rep and get a free copy of the Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. Sunny Phoenix, the Wolves and the Suns, the Personal Finance Guide. All starts at First Bank.
Son visits Sammy's Playhouse. But look out, here comes Mom. Next time on Cheers.
Saturday at 10:35 on KARE 11.
If I'm competitive, I think it's instinctive. I like to see the underdog succeed. I graduated from law school, but my brother got me interested in news. Life-breaking news. You got to think fast. For me, that's what it's all about. It's an exciting business. I love the vitality. News can be so serious. I like to make people smile every day. Favorite thing? That's easy. Painting with my daughter. People see me and say, I know you, you're,
Paul Majors, recognized news leader.
Funny they say, you're taller than on TV.
Right now at Target Street. Halftime here in the Twin Cities finds Boston trailing the Timberwolves 45-36 at the break. Tonight's out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Toyota and your local Toyota dealers. Busy night underway in the NBA. Atlanta leads Cleveland now in the third of the half. Detroit on top of Indiana. Other games tonight. New York leading Charlotte in the third. The Hornets still without Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning. In the third quarter, Orlando also on top of Washington. Other games. Well, other games in the NFL today. Kicked off the playoffs in Kansas City, where the Chiefs beat the Steelers 27-24 on this Nick Lowry field goal in overtime.
The ball will go down at the 22. It'll be a 32-yard attempt. Parker to hold near hash. There is a slight breeze at the back of Lowry. The snap is a good one. Ball put down. The kick is up. End over end. It is. The Chiefs are going to Houston.
What a game! I can't believe it. Got the cold chills.
And, of course, the voice of our buddy Kevin Harlan, also the voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. They go on to Houston. The Packers beat the Lions in the other game 28-24. At the half, the Celtics trail the Wolves 45-36. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves Television Network.
Want to get really close to the Timberwolves?
That's close enough, pal.
Register at any participating McDonald's, and you could become an official Timberwolves ball kid. You can win incredible prizes, including 4 Timberwolves tickets, an official uniform, and autographed basketball, and more.
Right this way, pal.
Be the first to hear the latest news from the NBA on the Timberwolves fan phone. Call 339-HOLLOW. You'll hear highlights, exclusive player interviews, upcoming Target Center events, and more. Call the fan phone today at 339-HOLLOW. Brought to you by U.S. West Communications.
So I called back home and said, Dad,
I'm considering a tattoo.
don't
Even think about it, I said. But I already knew. Too late.
What could he say? I mean, he has one.
Yeah, but I was young and stupid and innocent.
Okay, so I'm not so innocent. True friends deserve AT&T True Rewards. Introducing the only program that gives you points for frequent flyer miles and free AT&T minutes.
Your true boy.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
At the half, you see it, Wolves up by 9. Well, earlier tonight, Kevin McHale had a chance to sit down and chat with one of his really good friends in the NBA, fellow he won a number of championships with, the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Well, Robert, does it seem like a long time ago that we were at Hellenic College in 1981 with Bill Fitch? Actually, the fall of 1980 with Bill Fitch before we won our first championship.
Yes, it does. Seem like a very long time ago.
You remember how much he ran us in that first training camp?
I don't think I ever forget. Not to mention I wasn't in the best of shape when I came to training camp back in 1980, so I definitely remember that first training camp in Boston.
How'd the body hold up to this training camp, Chief?
Believe it or not, it held up very well. I was surprised that nothing fell apart. You know, I didn't have any unusual soreness or stiffness, so I feel pretty good.
How about, I heard now the ankle's been bothering you a little bit, and you had a little problem with the elbow again. I think it's from those free throws when that elbow kind of gets out to the side and you miss the free throw. You been locking up on that elbow at all?
Yeah, well, we all know I don't have the best of form to start with. Yeah, the tendonitis has been acting up my elbow a little bit, and I stepped on someone's foot against Sacramento and rolled my ankle, so the usual thing that I get a couple times a year, as you very well know.
I know that. Chief, how long are you going to play? Do you have any ideas, or are you just taking it just 1 year at a time right now?
I don't have any idea, Kevin. Right now, I'm just trying to get through this year, and then I'm going to sit down and decide whether I want to play another year. But if I do, it'll just be one more. That's it.
Are you surprised, as we all are, that you've been able to go this long?
Yes, I am. I'm very surprised. First of all, I thought I'd been the first one to leave out of you and Larry and myself. But I think I've been very fortunate that I never sustained a major injury. I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm still able to compete.
Well, tonight we have Robert Parrish, and I tell you what, we were lucky enough to win 3 championships together. We wouldn't have won any if it hadn't been for Chief in the middle, one of the best centers ever to play the game. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Kevin.
How you like my suit and tie?
Oh, you got it going on, man. I want to be a Polaroid if I get a picture.
Okay. One of the class guys in the NBA, Robert Parrish, and you got to believe that down the line, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, and Larry Bird will sit together in the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's tonight's Miller Lite moment. Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? For appearing on the Timberwolves television network, Robert Parrish received dinner for 2 at Linguini and Bob's, located across from Target Center in Butler Square. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves television network.
Hey, dragger racing!
We want to watch the dog show.
Okay, we can watch both. Sunday, Miller Lite presents the Wiener Dog Winter National. It's Muffy versus Dogzilla. And here they come, Bob, brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. And Muffy takes it. That's one fast Wiener Dog. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
This is good beer.
What is non-culpabilis?
A fancy way of saying not guilty.
What is a trial de novo?
Oh, that's a new trial.
Do you know how to talk on the phone with 2 clients at once?
No.
Well, you can't be an expert at everything. So to help with your phones, U.S. West created the Small Business Group. We'll answer your questions and help you run your business the way you want to. After all, you know law, and we know phones. The Small Business Group at U.S. West.
It's been a benchmark of quality in America for over 25 years, but it isn't reserved for the privileged few. It has air conditioning, power windows and door locks, AM/FM cassette with 4 speakers and much more. But it isn't an expensive luxury car. It's the Toyota Corolla Silver Anniversary Extra Value Package with savings of up to $700. The Toyota Corolla. You can't buy a more impressive car for less.
What do we need? Oh, detergent. All right, something for my window. Yeah. Oh.
Now there's something new to save on at Target.
Seats.
Treat seats for the NBA All-Star Jam Session presented by Fleer. Thursday, February 10th through Sunday, February 13th at the Metrodome. Just stop into Target, pick up a Treat Seats coupon, and save $3 per ticket. Treat Seats from Target.
With Kevin McHale, Kevin Harlan. And we are beginning the third quarter here at the Target Center with the Timberwolves leading 45-36. Minnesota shot 43% in the first half. Boston shot 33%. Boston had 10 turnovers. Minnesota had 10 turnovers. Rebounding, 27-23. Wolves have the advantage by 4 rebounds.
Yeah, not a very artistic half, but we'll take the lead. I mean, it's one of those games where it's right out there to win. Now you got 24 minutes to do it.
Down low, right. Over a lot of traffic. Rebound, Luke Longley. He'll dance and nail it. Nice play by Luke Longley, who puts in his 8th point of the night.
Good aggressive play by Luke. I think he's already picked up his 5th rebound there, so he's on his way again for another double-double if he can stay after it.
Down low, Parrish.
Going against Luke, trying to get that fourth foul on Luke.
Shot clock down to 4. Do they know it's that low? No, they don't. And now the Cellular One game summary brought to you by Cellular One, clear across America. We'll get it in a second.
There it is, the game summary.
Thank you very much. Nice job by the bench. Wolves lead at the half by 9. Now they lead by 11.
Oh, got to throw that ball, Michael. Got to throw that ball in there to JR when he's down there that low.
Oh, rejected by the Chief. Picked up by Longley. Rush 24 in the shot clock.
JR's got to learn, though. You know, when you got a mismatch like that, you've got to go quicker than what he did, Kevin. He took his time. Right now, he's got to go. You got to go, Jay, because you're going to get double teamed if you don't.
Got to take advantage, right?
Right.
Tellis Frank again. He is open, and the Wolves have their biggest lead tonight, 13 points.
Great pass by J.R. Ryder, but he's going to have to learn how to go quick when he's got a mismatch in that low box.
Gamble. Rebound by Tellis Frank. He's every play. 6 rebounds, 4 points.
Kelly is playing well.
Doug West over Brown. Now the lead is bulging to 15 for Minnesota. Boston's going to take a timeout, and they need to. They're down 51-36 with 2 minutes gone in the third quarter of play. Full timeout taken. Timberwolves on top, 15-point lead. This is the Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
Hey, yo, Chris, what's up, love? What's that in your hand? It's the S to the P-R-I-C-E. Can understand the cause, Chris. Streets of crazy sense of unexpectedness that you should never miss. Cause it's a lifesaver when your knee starts twitching like a kiss with the lime and twist. Now you know that's chicken. Word. So drink up is what you gotta do. Why? Cause I like the Sprite in you.
Look for the yellow caps on 20-ounce bottles of Sprite. You could win Timberwolves tickets, Sprite 20-ounce bottles, or a trip to Florida with the Timberwolves.
From the instant you begin until you're over the top, there are no words to describe it. But if you're lucky enough to try it, then you'll know what the others know. The Toyota 4x4. It's the closest thing to owning the mountain. Toyota trucks, you just gotta love them.
Champion Auto Stores.
At Champion Auto Stores and Crown Auto Service Centers, we make automotive repairs easy. Now you have a choice. You can do it yourself, or we'll do it for you. And all of our repairs and installation services are backed with guarantees assuring that you'll never have to worry about a repair or a price at Crown Auto Service Centers. And we put all of our promises in writing. Champion Auto Stores and Crown Auto Service Centers. We make automotive repair easy.
And the Champion Auto Store, Crown Auto Service Center halftime statistics. Wolves had a 10% lead in shooting from the floor. They had the lead in rebounding and the turnovers, even at 10 apiece.
And they've sprinted out here now to a nice little lead. Now you got to play solid basketball. I have a feeling, though, that the Celtics will make a little run back at them right here.
Gamble with double team pressure. Down low to Parrish, working on Frank again. That's a nice arc he has on that shot.
Yeah, he shoots that high. He gets it up high, and he gets it up quick. It's hard to block. Haven't seen many people block Chief's shots over the year.
Ryder double team, triple team, yet puts it in with a nice spin move.
Went quick that time. Got it one dribble, went right up. You can't afford, when you got a mismatch, you got to go quick because everybody's coming to help out that guy.
Sherman does it. There's Kevin Gamble. Down low. Dino Rogers. Foul called on Tellus Frank. I'll tell you what, Frank has done a very nice job in replacing Layton.
Very, very nice job. Tellus has rebounded and played solid defense. Have done everything that they want him to do. Is not trying to do things he can't do.
Layton around again. He's missing his second consecutive game. B. Brown. Baseline now to Gamble. Douglas still penetrating with the runner missing. I don't know how many more games Lakers going to miss, but they think possibly one more. The team goes to Texas next week. They'll take on San Antonio on Tuesday. That is a television game, by the way. Yeah. Not going to believe the Alamo Dome. How they converted from football to basketball is really ingenious. And we'll show it on Tuesday from Texas.
It'll be my first time in the Alamo Dome. I haven't been down there. Yeah, we used to play in the old place. Hemisphere Arena, wasn't it called?
Yeah, Hemisphere Arena. Very nice place.
Very nice place.
Nice and cozy, wasn't it?
Yeah, really rocking in there. A lot of nights. They had good fan support down there. And I'm going to bring my golf clubs, I think, on that trip and maybe play a little golf.
I like it, yeah. That's good. Very nice. 2 free throws there. It's a 13-point game.
Half-court trap here. The Celtics trying to get a few turnovers and run that clock down.
Ryder gets it off to Frank. West wide open. Nice patience by Tellus. Rebound by Gamble, outlet to Douglas, and here comes Sherman. On the fly. Raja has it. Keeps it alive, and D. Brown will put it back up. Tellus Frank would not be denied. His 7th rebound. Michael Williams.
They're having a hard time, the Celtics that is, getting some shots to go in. Their offense is really stagnant.
Gamble down to Parrish, working into 2 and over long. We've got a tip of the ball and a whistle and a foul. Wow. What's that all about?
Oh wow, that was a late whistle, and if it was any later, it would have been tomorrow. Here comes Chief coming across. Oh, I don't know. That's a pretty good block right there. And that hurts because that's Luke's 4th foul, and they take him out, and that's tough.
Robert Parrish at the line while he waits for the ball. We send it over to Tom Hanneman. Tom?
All right, Kevin, you guys were right. Chris Smith did locate his left index finger. It was put back in the socket. Dr. Sheldon Burns examined it. He is expected to return tonight.
Again.
Thanks, Hanny. You know, I've located all my fingers, but I've dislocated a few of them, too. I'm sorry, Hanny. I should have done that, too.
That's great. That's just great, Kev.
Don't worry, we'll get him on the golf course down in San Antonio, Tommy.
Hurt me on the golf course, please.
What we got? 1 free throw by the Chief, and it's a 14-point game. Wolves have led by as many as 15. This is a game they should put away right now.
Absolutely. I mean, the Celtics are having a hard time scoring. They're going to this half-court gimmick trap to try to get something to happen, and you're going to end up with a lot of jumpers, but you got to convert them.
2 misses by the Wolves. Here's Parrish with the outlet to Gamble. Now Douglas in mid-stride. B. Brown. Up and in with a nice tap. Nino Raja.
I think Sidney wants... Jay should have shot it right there. He pulled it back. He actually made a tougher shot of it than it was. I mean, he was up so high. He's got to shoot that ball right there. And just go ahead and shoot it. But he's shaking it all around. Boy, he is tough with that ball, though. He can really create some stuff.
Ryder at the line for the Timberwolves, who lead 57-43. Ryder with 8 points tonight. Notching number 9. Fan Star Tribune has the perfect way for your family to enjoy a Timberwolves game. With Star Tribune Family Nights, you can get 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Cokes for one low price. See the Star Tribune for details, and we'll see you and your family here at the Target Center.
I tell you, my family has really enjoyed the Target Center. It's a great place to watch a basketball game, any sporting event. I would love for them to get a hockey team here so I can go to a lot of hockey games.
Well, let's keep the basketball team here first. Don't worry about
Yeah, you're probably right.
Douglas, Brown to the Chief. Into another Brown. This time, Big Brown Bear. Foul called. Ryder was reaching in. Ryder now has picked up 4 fouls.
You got Luke with 4. You got JR with 4. And, you know, it's a 15-point lead. If Chief makes these, it gets down to 13-point lead. And the way this game's going, I don't know. It's 58-43 right now. That's not that big of a lead. I mean, if something starts happening, you want to make sure you salt this game away now.
Robert Parrish began with not the Boston Celtics, but with Golden State.
Golden State, absolutely. Yeah, I tell you what, in what ended up being one of the best trades, really, in NBA history, they traded, Celtics had the #1 pick, and they traded the #1 pick over to Golden State with the #3 pick, and essentially got Chief and I for Joe Barry Carroll.
I remember, yeah. One of the biggest trades, one of the more one-sided trades in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, I know. I saw Al Adels after about my 3rd or 4th year in the league, and he was one who orchestrated that trade. Yeah, the Chief's got a little tattoo there. He's got a stylish tattoo. He likes that. He's got one on his chest, too. He's got a little dragon on his chest.
You have any tattoos we should know about?
None that you'll ever see.
Okay. Believe me, I don't want to. That kind of a warning. Minnesota's up 58-45. Frank Heiss pass into Brown. What a throw by Tellis Frank.
Tellis is making some great passes. But to finish that story with Al Adels, I saw Al Adels. He said, you know what? He goes, I think about you and Robert every single night, and it drives me crazy. And so it was a heck of a trade there for the Celtics. And Rick Fox is going in. This is a great pass by Tellis Frank.
Oh, nice.
A forward pass into Mike Brown, who lays it up. Boy, that is just a great look. Tellis is having really a solid game tonight.
Here's Rick Fox. Fox played in North Carolina for Dean Smith, and people thought this kid probably could make it in the NBA. He's a late first-round pick, and he had a great rookie, a surprising rookie year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, Rick was one of those guys who, when he gets it going, can really light it up. They're looking for more consistency out of him. I mean, you know, they don't need a 19-point one night and 2 the next. They need a guy to give you 14, 15 points every night and be consistent.
Doug West, Mike Brown. Biggest lead now for the Wolves. On top by 16 points, 62-46. As we're approaching the 5.5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Sherman Douglas. D. Brown around the Parrish screen. Williams, Chuck Person, Doug West. Little bunny. Little, what do you call it? We call it chippies, don't we?
Little chippy. Doug's very good on that shot. He really can use that floater very well. It's nice to see Doug get back out and get in the flow, start getting some points. And if this team is going to turn the corner, Doug West is going to be a big reason why. Another steal right here, and Michael should have a gimme on the other end.
Going in solo, Michael Williams. Now Minnesota's got an 18-point lead, biggest tonight. Boston looks very bad.
Yes, they do.
Timberwolves, their biggest lead of the night. This is the Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
It's been a benchmark of quality in America for over 25 years, but it isn't reserved for the privileged few. It has air conditioning, power windows and door locks, AM/FM cassette with 4 speakers, and much more. But it isn't an expensive luxury car. It's the Toyota Corolla Silver Anniversary Extra Value Package with savings of up to $700. The Toyota Corolla. You can't buy a more impressive car for less.
camping trip. I'm on the phone calling all the guys.
When he gets to me, he says,
Sorry, pal. You're bunking with Rick.
no way.
Rick? The human jackhammer?
So he asks, why do we take Rick on these trips?
Say, hey, he's your friend.
I say, he's your cousin.
True friends deserve AT&T True Rewards. Introducing the only program that gives you points for frequent flyer miles and free AT&T minutes.
Your true voice.
What do I need? Oh, detergent. All right, something for my window. Yeah. Oh.
Now there's something new to save on at Target. Treat seats for the NBA All-Star Jam Session presented by Fleer. Thursday, February 10th through Sunday, February 13th at the Metrodome. Just stop into Target. Pick up a Treat Seats coupon and save $3 per ticket. Treat Seats from Target.
Welcome back to the Target Center. Boston Celtics lead this all-time series 5-3. We welcome the Boston Celtic Radio Network with Glenn Ordware and Jerry Seasting and Doug Brown, the entire crew, broadcasting back to one of the largest radio networks in the Northeast.
And I'll tell you what, guys. If you ever needed Johnny Most to put a favorable tilt on the game, this is the one right here. Johnny would see some good things happening out there, and it's been a tough game as Rick Fox gets in there and makes a hoop in the paint. But boy, I tell you what, the Celtics' offense is really, really slow and sluggish.
66-50 the score. Michael Williams on the arc, guarded by Sherman Douglas. On top now between the circles to West, working on Brown. Shot clock at 7, bouncing to the sideline, out of the reach. A person knocked away by Brown. Shot clock at 7.
Yeah, the Celtics' one chance they have to get back in this game is to really put some defensive pressure on them, get some turnovers, and get it going down the other way with some easy hoops.
Shot personal inbound around the Fox screen. And it's off to Michael Williams through the circle. Right-hand dribble drive down the lane and hounded by Douglas, who picks up the foul. Working on Michael Williams. Any message for the folks back in Boston?
Well, yeah, I'll be back there at the end of the month. I'm looking forward to my... I think they said it was going to be a toast, not a roast. I'm not sure. I see everybody yelling roast, not toast. But we're going to have a lot of fun. And I was really glad that the guys from Boston got a chance to come over to my house, meet a good friend of mine, Pig's Eye. And so it was really quite an afternoon.
You're sneaky, you know, yeah? Michael Williams, one more try. He nails the first 17-point lead. 18-point lead now for the Timberwolves. 68-50. And we're down to 4.5 minutes remaining in the third. Here's D. Brown on the wing, picked up by Doug West. Makes a move to the right, picked up by Frank, doubled above the arc, hooks it back on the wing to McDaniel. Baseline pass to Douglas, 20-footer away and down.
Yeah, Sherman made a 20-footer, but I tell you what, if you're going to live and die with the 20-footers like that, I think that the Wolves are happy with that shot. If you can keep the Celtics on the perimeter, you're really doing a good job because they're having a hard time scoring tonight.
Jellis Frank down low, shot clock at 10. Person swings it off on the sideline to Michael Williams by McDaniel. Ball knocked away from the side by Brown, and then he's off to the races and hindered at midcourt. And a violation of travel called on D. Brown as he was trying to get out of a lot of congestion.
Yeah, D. Brown was trying to get a lot of congestion without dribbling the ball. It looked like a running back in the NFL. He was off and running without dribbling it. But that's the type of defense that the Celtics have to play if they want to get back in this game, because the Wolves right now are in a nice little methodical rhythm, and they're scoring when they have to, and it's not a high-scoring game by any means, but they're running their offense just well enough to stay ahead.
Williams for the Timberwolves on the near side, guarded by Rick Fox. Little switch defensively now by Boston. Bouncing Williams does down low for Person. He's double, bouncing back out to Williams. Little two-man game, bouncing back to Person. The spinning jump shot good. Outside the lane about 10 feet away.
They picked up that mismatch really well. Chuck had Sherman Douglas on him in the low post. He just got it and just turned into anything fancy. Just turned and shot it.
Rick Fox swerving down the lane, zigzagging by defenders, and he lays it up gently against the glass with the left hand. 70-54 Minnesota.
Yeah, Rick made a nice strong move to hoop that time. Fox did.
West in the lane, double pumps against the glass, missing the 5-foot shot in the lane. Rebound Pickney held by Frank. And they'll call the jump ball. We're broadcasting live on both the Boston Celtics radio network with Glenn Ordway, Jerry Seasting, and Doug Lane. And I'm Kevin Harlan with Kevin McHale. And I got to tell you folks, back in New England, it's been a pure joy to have a guy like McHale with us on our telecast as the Wolves try to raise themselves from a mediocre beginning in the NBA. Kevin McHale is giving a great deal of credibility to our telecast.
He's just saying that because I'm here.
And your son's here as well, and trying to make sure the dad looks good in the eye of everybody. Here's Rick Fox the other way. Celtics 1-10. In the circle, Fox spinning outside the circle. Jump shot over person, no good. Tapped inside, volleyballed around, knocked above the arc, picked up by Brown. Out to Douglas. Sideline pass to Fox, left-hand dribble into the circle. Double team there, kicks it to top to Kitty Douglas. He drops it. Shot clock to 15. Swings it off in the corner to D. Brown. Picked up by West. Bounce pass along the baseline to McDaniel. Bumping once and twice into Brown. Spins. Jump shot good. Fade away off the left baseline. Good from 11.
Well, right now, you know, they're getting the ball over to Fox, hands a lot, and he's trying to do some one-on-one, thinks he can take person. And if X gets hot, McDaniel, a lot of things can happen. I mean, you know, this game's not over with by any stretch of imagination. The Wolves have still got to play good, solid basketball. Got another mismatch here with Person trying to take Douglas down.
Michael Williams outside the circle, bouncing to the baseline. Chuck Person caught, shot, nails it from 20 feet away. And the Timberwolves build upon their lead, 72-56. Person with 8. And Douglas by the midcourt stripe. We're just now passing 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Three by Douglas goes astray, out of bounds. And Minnesota will get it. Thank you, Boston Celtic Radio Network. Jerry Seasting, Glenn Ordway, Doug Lane. We'll send it back to you.
Two of my good friends over there, Glenn and Jerry and Lumpy Lane.
Who's this kid you're eating this ice cream cone?
Ice cream cone there. Mr. Mike's got an ice cream cone over there. Didn't share anything with his dad. Mikey's come back with nothing on it. The Wolves have a 16-point lead. He's no longer sitting on the Celtics bench.
All right, now we're back off radio. Welcome back our Timberwolves television audience. And here's Chuck Person working on Fox. Knocked away. Fox retrieves it. Fox coast to coast. What a play.
Yeah, I tell you what, right now, Rick's trying to take the game over. Their offense is so stagnant. You're looking at the players out there. They're trying to get Rick doing stuff like this, getting it up and down the court, going the whole hard. Doug steps in nice, though. I mean, took a charge. Other sacrificed his body. But right now, the Wolves have just got to play good, solid basketball because the Celtics offense is really, really disjointed.
Corciani in the game. Guarding Williams, who throws it away. Corciani to steal. Corciani played overseas for a while. D. Brown tips it off to McDaniel. Down to 1:05 remaining in the third. Corciani with the ball. On the lane with the twirl and out to D. Brown. Over West. Loose ball foul. Called inside and called on the Celtics.
That foul was on next man.
McDaniel passed it up. Sterling Bailey, he came off the bench. Went 3 of 3. Now is 4 of 5. 9 points, 4 rebounds. I'm surprised he doesn't see more minutes. Is it just not enough minutes to go around, or why does
That's tough. It's tough, you know. I really like Thurl. I think Thurl is a good, solid player. It can give you a lot of mismatch opportunities at that 3 spot. Much bigger than most Freeman, taller than most Freeman.
Shot Person. Hacked that inside and fouled by Eddie Pink.
Made a nice move there on Rick Fox. A little up and under move. Put a pump fake on him. Got Rick going. And went to the hole. Here it is right here. Little shake over. He's a pump fake. Step through and draw the foul on Fox. And so as Rick Fox is trying to take him off the dribble, Chuck's going to try to post him up.
And Chuck Person at the line for the first time tonight. 8 points, 4 of 9 for the floor, and he hits the first. Saturday, January 22nd is Timberwolves Camera Day. Bring your camera for pictures with all the Wolves players before they do battle with Atlanta. Photo session is from 4 to 5. You must have a ticket to get into the game. Presented by Care 11, K102, and KFAN. 2 free throws by Person. 9 seconds left in the game. Daniel brings it up. Bailey's on him. D. Brown on West. Bouncing little give and go now. Daniel back to Brown. Here's your McDaniel. Rick Fox goes up hard.
Good offensive rebound there by Fox. He got in there and got himself one. Now the Wolves got a chance for the last shot here, so they can get a good attempt here.
Michael Williams. And they call the jump ball.
You know, Kev, the Wolves have had trouble all year long with his last shot. I don't care if it's the end of the game, end of the quarter. They have not managed these last play situations very well, which is exemplified right there by Michael driving into Rick Fox getting a jump off. That's so important. Whether it's the last play of the quarter, last play of the game, you got to be execute those clock situations.
Do you know who is great at that? Is Pooh Richardson.
Was he good at that?
Unbelievable. A 3 at the buzzer for Michael. That'll do it. At the end of 3, the Minnesota Timberwolves have a 74-58 lead. We go to the fourth quarter.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall? MGD Light? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a rock and roll club? Give me an MGD Light. Say MGD Light and say no more.
Care for dessert? Or a little coffee?
At Old Country Buffet, you get desserts and beverages for no extra charge. For some folks, that's the icing on the cake. Come on into Old Country Buffet, where you get really good food, including desserts and beverages, for one low price.
There are 9 Twin Cities Old Country buffets, plus Rochester and St. Cloud.
Did someone say jam session?
Jump into the action with Care 11 at the NBA Jam Session presented by Fleer, February 10th through the 13th at the Metrodome. It's 4 days of non-stop NBA basketball excitement with over 100 interactive basketball events. Run the floor in the Foot Locker Jam Session 3-on-3 tournament. Buy your Jam Session ticket now to be a part of the NBA All-Star Weekend. $3 discount treat seats coupons available at all Target stores. Call 337-DUNK for more information.
Make sure you join us Monday at 6 on Sunrise for your first look at the day's weather and traffic.
And the latest news and sports Monday at 6 on Care 11 Sunrise.
Tonight's Miller Lite three-point payoff contestant is Mary Adams from Minneapolis, and she astutely picks Mike Brown at the first Wolves three-pointer in this fourth. The Big Brown Bears are going to get it. Mary receives $3,000 in cash. This thing is growing, isn't it? Got to be 21 years of age and older to sign up to win the three-point payoff, sponsored by Miller. Select the first Wolves player to hit the three-pointer in the fourth. You'll win the cash jackpot. If there's not a winner, the jackpot increases. Runners send a postcard with their name, address, age, player's name, and phone number to Miller Lite three-point payoff, 600 First Avenue North, Minneapolis, 55403.
Well, Mary, I think you might have a better chance of seeing 80 degrees tomorrow. Hit that three. I may be wrong, though.
Orciani snuck that pass into McDaniel. Boston is shot below 40% for the entire game. Now at 37%. Doug West over D. Brown.
Dougie's got his stroke back. You know, remember how he started out the season really struggling with his jump shot? He's got his stroke back now. He's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence and got that nice rise out of his hand.
West has 12. Fox with the miss and a foul call. There was assessed to Chuck Person inside.
Well, I tell you right now, it's pretty evident. It's really evident to see what the Celtics are trying to do. They're trying to get the ball over to Fox, let him take Chuck Person off the dribble. Right here, Chuck's got both hands in his chest, little push on the hip, and they're really going to try to exploit that. And realistically, when you look at this Celtics team, where else can they go for points, Kev? It's slim pickings out there trying to get points for them.
Well, now there's some discrepancy about either Fox being at the line, the time remaining on the clock, or if there's only one more free throw.
Fox will shoot one additional free throw.
And there's Andy McPhail, the general manager of the Minnesota Twins. We had a great offer, we understand, from the Boston Red Sox. Turned it down because Chipola gave them the confidence that this team would continue to be very, very aggressive in free agency. And there's Chuck Noble, one of the players for McPhail and the Twins.
Yeah, hopefully they can bounce back.
I hope so.
Have a real good summer this next summer. It's always fun when your team is competing for the pennant.
Rick Fox, born in the Bahamas. It's 2.
Yeah, born in the Bahamas, raised in Toronto, went to school in Indiana, and then high school in Indiana, went to North Carolina. I told him, I said, he saw more parts of the world by the time he was 18 than I have. I was 35.
Mike Brown missing.
Good move by Mike Brown there, though. Kind of got the up and under working. Creates a lot of havoc in there. And let's see. Here's the big brown bear going in, and then a little pump fake. Ooh, got his feet underneath. Doing a little dance in there. Exactly right. And then Big T comes in and gets a free throw and tries to go up and give him 2 free throws on it.
That was Kevin McHale if I've ever seen Kevin McHale. You dancing inside like that.
Yeah.
Fighting for that open shot. Any kind of gap you could throw into, you'd take.
Now, my feet felt good. It was a lot of fun, boy. I tell you what, I enjoyed that. And there's no place better than the NBA to play basketball. It's just a great, great, a great game. I love NBA basketball.
Popcorn, Kev.
It's good. So you guys are talking. I'm chewing on a little popcorn. Okay, cut me a little slack, would you guys?
Red Fox dribbled off his foot. Gets it back. Gorgiani. Brown. McDaniel. Gorgiani again. Right down the boulevard. Rejected by Brown. Picked up by Williams. Wolves on the run. West to finish. Oh, colliding in mid-flight. With D. Brown.
Nice fast break there by the Timberwolves. I like that. Getting it out and running. This is the popcorn I'm eating, okay? So you got me chewing on a little popcorn. Me and my son might...
Can we share? If you're going to have the corn, you got to share it, okay?
I have no thought. It sounds some crunching on your... It's just me chewing on the popcorn. Don't worry about it.
Right here.
Right there. You know, I'm an NBA fan. How can you go to a game and have a little popcorn, you know, a little soda, have a hot dog? You got to enjoy this game. I love this game. That's right. The Celtics right now are going to try to make one more spurt at this game before he packs it in. He's going to bring back Fee, put in Dino Raja. I wouldn't be surprised pretty soon if you see Sherman Douglas back in the game. They're going to make one more run at this thing, and then they'll pack it in for the night, and the Wolves can play play their substitutes and have your basic NBA blowout.
Gophers won tonight. Beat Northwestern 73-65 down in Evanston. Only against Fox. Out again. Dino Raja working in on Bailey. Got him up in the air. Nice fake by the rookie and a rebound. What's down to the 7th tonight for Longley, who's got 8 points and 7 rebounds.
You know, a pretty fair game again for Luke. Foul trouble has really slowed him down tonight, so he hasn't really gotten his rhythm.
Scott Person nails it from outside. Minnesota has their biggest lead, 20 points, 82-62 over Boston. Kevin Gant. Rick Fox. Dino Raja. They're trying to hold him. He can't. Rebound by Bailey. Here comes Michael Williams. 9.5 left in the game.
Well, it's good to see the Wolves get a big lead at home here. They really haven't had many games like this where they've got a big lead. You know, keep on playing hard now these next few minutes and keep on having Chuck Person shoot jumpers like that. Then you get a chance to get Brian Davis some time and, you know, and let some of the guys off the bench, Max, get in and get a little rhythm. The Celtics are going to call timeout here. And get some of the other players that don't play much a little bit of time.
22-point Minnesota lead, 84-62 over the Boston Celtics.
And now here's Mac with the weather.
An Arctic blast brings the temperature down, but the savings go up at McDonald's. It's cold days, hot deals. Buy a quarter pounder with cheese at the regular price and get your second one for a price equal to yesterday's low daytime temperature. So, the colder it gets, the more you save at McDonald's. And if the temperature dips below 0, your second quarter pounder with cheese is free. Cold days, hot deals. Now at your hometown McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Annual camping trip. I'm on the phone calling all the guys.
When he gets to me, he says,
"Sorry, pal. You're bunking with Rick."
"No way."
"Rick? The human jackhammer?"
So he asks, "Why do we take Rick on these trips?"
Say, hey, he's your friend.
I say, "He's your cousin."
True friends deserve AT&T True Rewards. Introducing the only program that gives you points for frequent flyer miles and free AT&T minutes.
Your true voice.
Brighten your home with lights from U.S. Fluorescent and Menard. Choose a style for any room. This wraparound light is now $18.44. A decorative cloud light is $88.99. Your floors will look great with vinyl flooring from Armstrong. Renee floor tiles are self-adhesive, just 39 cents per tile. Successor sheet vinyl is $7.97 a square yard. You'll find low prices every day at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
84-62 Minnesota. Some of the interesting matchups tonight began in the pivot, Longley against Parrish. Fairly even when you consider Longley's got the rebounding edge, but Parrish is up by 4 and scored.
Yeah, Robert got out and got a couple points on the break, and Luke's been hampered a little bit in foul trouble. That's pretty much a push.
What about the shooting guards?
Isaiah got off to a bad start tonight with all those turnovers, and on the pine with some fouls. He's got 13 points, but neither one of those guys have really stepped up and played a great game.
Sherman Douglas. Parrish down low, lost the ball. There's a Boston turnover. Here comes Michael Williams. Trying to come off a Longley screen. Person had it. Chuck's
kind of feeling it, isn't he?
6 of 11.
Yeah, he's starting to feel a little bit. I think he's found a nice niche on his team right now, coming off the bench and being kind of a designated shooter. That's a nice little niche for him right now. He was struggling as a starter, Ken.
He was, but you know, I think he sees the future. The future has him coming off the bench.
Absolutely.
Being a scorer. Longley drives. Tried the reverse. Raja saves it. Off the gamble. Here comes Boston.
That's one of those cases where you like to see Luke go up strong and try to dunk that way. Just go strong, stay on the same side of the hoop and not try that, not try the reverse.
Chief.
High arcing rainbow. That's only their 64th point.
You leave and the thing falls apart. I don't know about that. Person. Oh, Chuck is in a groove.
He's feeling it right now. Just send a lot of picks for Chuck, get him open because he is feeling it.
That's got to be a very unbelievable feeling. Fox driving inside. An unconquerable feeling when you've got that groove. Here comes again, Chuck Person.
I was just going to say, and the ball comes your way too. When you get in a groove like that, I'll tell you what, the ball just comes your way and everything flows for you. You're rebounding, you're blocking shots, you're scoring points. Everything's happening. It's a great feeling.
Why can't every night be like tonight?
Well, I tell you
lead
what.
by 22 midway through the fourth quarter. Why can't everybody just be like...
Every night can't be like tonight because the Celtics are underneath the conference. No, it's basketball. You know, that's why every game is so unique and different, is that every game's got its own little rhythm, its own little flavor to it, and some nights it goes and some nights it doesn't.
7:50 left. In the fourth, we'll take the break. 88-66, the Timberwolves are on top of the Boston Celtics, and this is the Minnesota Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
Hey, the Miss Perfect pageant.
Yeah. We're watching hockey.
Watching folks.
Miller Lite presents the Miss Perfect Face-Off. Okay, Bob, Miss Georgia goes to the corner. She pays the price. Here's the puck coming loose by Johnson. She goes.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything.
Oh, that'll be smashing. 2 minutes for Miss Congeniality.
Bad call. Good beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
Tim Burke's parents aren't loyal First Bank customers just because 5 years ago the bank set up their IRA, or 12 years ago helped them get their mortgage. Tim's parents are with First Bank because this year their banker took the time to learn more about each member of the family and tactfully suggested a college education fund for young Tim.
Parts from 174 suppliers in 32 states. They all come together right here in Georgetown, Kentucky, in the Toyota Camry. Built by Americans at a plant recently given the J.D. Power & Associates Gold Plant Quality Award. With this kind of craftsmanship, all the pieces fit together beautifully. The 1994 Toyota Camry.
Minnesota by 22, 7:45 left in the game. 10 to shoot.
Another good strong rebound by Luke. Going up high above the crowd and put him around. That's what we like to see.
His 9th personal.
Oh.
Minnesota has not held an opponent under 90 points this season. Boston only has 66.
Have they ever held anybody below 70?
I don't recall it. I've done virtually every game. I don't recall it in the 5 years.
How about in the 70s?
Yes, there have been some games in the 70s. Chuck Person. I'll refer to my executive producer, Charlie Frank. I don't recall. Remember holding a team in the 60s, which probably won't happen. I mean,
Right.
They got 66.
You know, there goes Robert Parrish off the court, and it's probably
he's through.
There's a good chance that's the last time the Minnesota people will see him. He might be done this year. It'll be interesting to see what happens. He's not really happy with the way he's playing. Little lob pass there from Sherman to Rick, but you know, that's if it is, boy, I tell you what, Minnesota fans got a chance to see a great player. A tremendous player for so many years in this competitor.
Michael Williams, shot clock at 10. Ryder, who began slowly, trying to pick it up here down the stretch, into Gamble. Longley taps it up and in. Longley's got 10 points and 9 rebounds, and one more rebound. He'll have his fourth. No, he's got 10 rebounds, they tell us. His 4th consecutive double-double. Rick Fox. Ball dancing on the iron, out of bounds. Chased Minnesota's ball. What about Luke Long? 10 and 10.
Another double-double. I mean, I said early in the game, it's nice to see him get his first rebound and say, well, you know, he's only 9 away from another 10. He's been getting about 10, 12 rebounds a game.
Williams down low to Ryder. Isaiah. Hey, Michael Williams. Boy, when things go right, things really go right.
Oh. Yes, and unfortunately, there's always the opposite. When things go bad, they can go really bad. Jay's got to make some quick moves. Right now, this is just J.R. Ryder time. They're trying to get J.R. some shots and get him, you know, really doing some things out there.
Shot clock at 4 for a person 3. From Sherman Douglas. Rick Fox will try to finish. Halfway through the 4th quarter, 92-70. Minnesota by 22. Led by 24. And a run and rough shot over the Celtics tonight here in Minneapolis. This will be a great homestand for the Wolves, having won 2 of their last 3. They beat Denver, remember, earlier this week. Brown wide open. 3-second violation called on Longley.
Yeah, nice pass by Jay. Got it over the top over to Mike Brown over there. They caught Luke in the paint. But, you know, this is time right now, Kev, for JR just to try to, you know, go into his bag of tricks, see what he's got, do some moves, and go a little quicker. And, you know, he's still a rookie. You know, he plays so well, I think, that we forget he's really a young player. Still feeling his way around the NBA.
Rick Fox. Head fake. Working on person inside to Douglas. Sherman Douglas. And Sherman Douglas has 14 points in the game. Williams into Longley. Knocked away by Roger, retrieved by Luke, and kissing it home. Longley has 12 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, boy, Luke. Stayed after that one. Lost on the initial try and got it back, and you know, and stayed with it. He's so much more tenacious right now than he was earlier in the season.
D. Brown. Mike Brown. Williams around Earl. Isaiah Ryder.
There you go, Isaiah. Get some shots up. I mean, hey, you got to play this part of the game. You might as well try to play it well and try to work on your game. I always did. When my first few years in the league with the Celtics, I played at this time. I was coming off the bench, and this is the time that the coach gave to me to let me work on my game. And I played very hard this time. I tried different moves. I tried, you know, because you can do things now. It doesn't, and if it doesn't work, well, you can score. But if it doesn't work, it's not going to cost your team the game. You're ahead 25 points.
Michael Williams driving the length of the floor. Can't get it to drop. 4:12 left in the game. Well, Sydney has got wins in 2 of his last 3. They played pretty well during this 4-game homestand here. They lost last night to Phoenix. That game probably was winnable at one time, and then they kind of unraveled toward the end. But
yeah,
they go to Texas this week, on to Dallas, San Antonio on Tuesday.
Yep.
And those will be interesting ball games as the Wolves go through Texas.
Yeah, that Dallas team, we owe them something. Need to go out there and spank them. Everybody else has been beating them, and I think especially if we can get Christian back, I like that. I really like having Doug West at that 3 spot. I think it gives us so much more versatility. We can really get up on the court. And I think you're going to see this team starting to score more points now. They're up to 97 tonight. I think you're going to start seeing them getting 110 range, which is really respectable offensive basketball.
A.C. Earl into Longley, and Luke's got his 5th personal foul.
Yeah, let him play out the spring, though. He's 358. Let Luke play. If he fouls out, he fouls out. Let him just keep on playing aggressive, Right here, I wanted to show, see how his arm came down right at the end there, Kevin? His left arm came down. That's a foul. You can't do that. Luke's got to learn how to go straight up and not swipe at the ball. He did it in the first half.
Well, Luke Longley draws the foul, but another double-double for him. He learned his wife recently was pregnant. Is that the reason for the great play now?
That could be a factor, yeah, taking the parental role and more responsibility, all that sort of thing. But I'm excited about that, but it's coincidental with playing well.
Well, you've had a baby, and the one becoming Luke and his beautiful wife here in the next couple of months. It changes it.
Absolutely. I'm really glad for Ian Kelly.
Ryder trying to corral it in the corner. He does. 97-75 Minnesota. Isaiah Ryder.
Nothing but the bottom there.
Ryder's got 13, 5 of 12 from the field. Sherman Douglas out to Rick Fox, who thought about a 3, now drives into person. Rebound by Longley, his 11th.
Would have had an off to the races there.
Alley-oop for Fox. Another rebound for Longley. Foul called on Fox, I believe.
Yeah. Here it is. This is after really an aggressive outlet that Luke tried making that was picked up. He went up and snatched it, and he got himself fouled on there. But that outlet out to JR, I like to see more of that, because you can get JR that ball at half court with an outlet pass. Him going one-on-one, or having those angles on those guys going the hole, Kevin, it's so exciting. I mean, it'll bring this place right through his. I'm telling you, here it is. I think here's the pass now. Sherman steps in there, but imagine JR catching that ball, Kevin, and having breakaways and run-outs. He's just so exciting in the open court.
Fans, be one of the first 5,000 adults coming to see the Wolves take on the Orlando Magic on January 14th. We'll receive a free Mystic Lake Spooze bottle. Mystic Lake only 25 minutes away if you hustle. Biggest Minnesota lead now, 25 points, 175. This has been a demolition derby here. Down low to Fox. And a foul called, a newly instated Brian Davis.
Chris, my old roommate, he's not looking too good. I tell you what, he's a late-night television buff, so boy, we used to room together. Every time we go, we never turn television off. I used to tell him, man, turn that thing off.
102-77. Minnesota. 2:45 remaining. Rick Fox puts it in for the Boston Celtics. He's got 17.
Yeah, Rick's really been their only offense all night tonight, really. Especially here in the second half.
Isaiah Ryder's hit 2 in a row. Gets his own miss. Raj just saves it. Longley has it. Into Brian Davis. And the ball jarred free, and it's off of Boston. Visit participating retailers and look for details on 24 packs of Coca-Cola Classic. Regarding Nestle and Coca-Cola's All-Star Fantasy promotion, register to win great prizes, including a trip to the 95 All-Star Game, a Timberwolves road trip, Wolves season tickets, or a night in a Timberwolves private suite here at the Target Center. Our match is in the game. Smith. Oh, he nails it.
When it goes good, it goes good. Smitty's making jumpers and playing very well.
Driving inside.
Number 3, Chris Smith. His second personal, 14 foul. Number 20, Sherman Douglas shoots 2 for 1.
Well, you know, in this whole deal with Luke playing a lot better and Tellis Frank really stepping up to the forefront, Marlon Max has really been the last man, Kevin, a little bit, hasn't he? As Sherman Douglas knocks down his free throw. Max has really had a hard time getting himself back in the rotation here. And I mean, he's got to keep working, got to keep his head up, and got to keep on plugging away because it's a long season. I mean, you know, another injury to a big man up front, and his time all of a sudden goes from really nothing to 20 minutes a game in really important time. So you got to stay in great shape and keep your mind into it.
Ryder. He's got 13. Davis just came off the bench. Nice steal by Sherman Douglas. He'll post in.
Sherman Douglas.
Douglas has 22 points. 8 of 15 from 4 and 8 assists. Nice night from Sherman Douglas.
Yeah. Like I said, Sherman's probably been the most consistent player.
Oh, knocked away by Earl, picked up by Ryder. Rebound by Earl, lost it. Douglas has it. Earl has it. Douglas has it. D. Brown trying to take off.
You got a little breakout here.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for Isaiah Ryder. Oh, baby, what a play!
You know what was nice about that play is Kelly Frank went up to try to block the shot by Dino Raj. Everybody was kind of high-fiving JR. But you know what's nice about that play? You know, here's Brian Davis coming off the bench. Kevin doesn't have a point, doesn't have a shot. Really would have had a clean breakout himself, but he gives it up. I mean, that's the type of thing that you like to see. Then JR takes out, looks behind him, and just racks it through. But, you know, it's nice to see Brian Davis, who actually could have dribbled up and dribbled probably past him. But there's that unselfish play. Boom, just give it up to your teammate. But guys ahead of you, give them the ball. I always respected people who did that.
Minnesota will go to 10 in 21. Boston will drop to 13 in 20. Brian Davis working on Fox. Chris Smith down to Ryder. Out of bounds and off of Boston. 9 to shoot. Wolves lead 106-86. This is about as big a margin of win as they have had all season.
Yeah. Yeah, they really haven't stuck it too many teams this year. They've been involved in a lot of close games. And, you know, if they start making some shots at the end of the game, start making some defensive plays, they could really have a nice run from this point of the season on out.
Douglas. He's got 24.
Yeah. Yeah, Sherman's been pretty steady, I guess. He and Rick have been, I said Rick Fox was the only source of consistent offense. Good. Sherman's been pretty consistent for him tonight with offense.
And Rick Fox takes it on the near side, alley-oop. Oh, T. Brown in the O-zone, coming down. Pretty play. He does sky. He gets up there. He
really can get up there.
Wolves are running out. They got to win. Second win in 3 games for Minnesota. Nice little homestand for the Timberwolves, who head to Texas after tonight. Playing San Antonio and Dallas. The Wolves, the winner tonight, 108-90. And a good win for Coach Sidney Lowe. Celtics fall to the Timberwolves 108-90. This is the Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.
We started 67 years ago with the notion of bringing people closer together by delivering their mail a little faster. Then one day it dawned on us, why not just bring the people together? And today with our global partner, KLM, we do that in 380 cities in 81 countries on 6 continents. And you know, you get to see some really nice moments in this business.
Some people just know how to fly.
What is non culpabilis?
A fancy way of saying not guilty.
What is a trial de novo?
Oh, that's a new trial.
Do you know how to talk on the phone with 2 clients at once?
No.
Well, you can't be an expert at everything. So to help with your phones, US West created the Small Business Group. We'll answer your questions and help you run your business the way you want to. After all, you know law, and we know phones. The Small Business Group at US West.
Well, we're back here, and the Timberwolves have just beaten the Boston Celtics 108-90. Checking the turnovers, Wolves had 17 tonight. Boston had 16. But nonetheless, a very nice night for the Wolves, who win their second game in 3 at home. They beat Denver a couple nights ago here at the Target Center, and fairly convincingly then. And they are very convincing tonight against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, they played very well. They had 10 turnovers and pretty sloppy first half, but really got it geared up in the second half and played much better.
You're right.
And, you know, they had some good performances out of people, and there goes our popcorn, Kevin. We lost our popcorn, but Luke Longley had another strong night. Doug West came off shooting. Chuck Person got his touch, and so a lot of good things are happening right now for the Timberwolves.
Chuck Person has really filled a nice niche as we talk about the different As we talk about the different players and how they are trying to fill different roles right now. With Christian Laettner out, things are beginning to at least solve some questions. The Chuck Person situation, for instance, and the fact that he has accepted the role of the sixth man. He's 29 years old, going on 30, a guy that is going to be a real help to a team, whether it's this one or somebody else down the road, and his role will be that of a sixth man.
No question. I think that when you can get guys coming off the bench who are specialty players, a shooter like a Chuck Person, he comes out there, he changes the tempo of the game for you. You may take a couple of your starters out, so all of a sudden the guy coming off the bench becomes your main option. So he gets a lot of shots. So it actually helps Chuck, because when he's on the court, he needs the ball to shoot it to be effective for the team. And when they take out a couple starters, being the main option, he's going to get his shot.
And Luke, help yourself, by the way. And Luke Longley has continued to play well. His 4th consecutive game of double figures in scoring and rebounding on the Cellular One game summary. Brought to you by Cellular One, clear across America. Longley was a great player tonight. Wolves winning their second in their last 3. 7 players in double figures. Wolves go on to win it 108-90 over the Boston Celtics. The all-time series between these two teams favors Boston, but the Wolves winning convincingly tonight over the Celtics. Now head down to Texas, where they'll really be tested. Laettner should be back sometime in that trip. When exactly, we're not that sure. In fact, I don't think even Christian's sure on that.
No, I talked to him a little before the game. He said it feels better. He said actually it's not that painful, but there is swelling in the joint, in the hip joint itself. With that swelling, you don't want to have any more irritation in there. You don't want to go with a chipped bone or a chipped hip socket, something that could really be a problem down the road. Let him heal up. Tellis Frank's another guy who played very well tonight. Tellis is filling in and doing a nice job for him. Let him rest up. Let him heal up. When he's ready to play, he'll help the team.
He needs more salt, I think, don't you think?
That's good corn. I tell you, I'm happy with the Target Center corn.
Okay, good. We'll take this break and come right back to the Target Center, and Tom Hanneman will come back and talk with Luke Longley. There's your final score. Timberwolves win it, going away over the Boston Celtics.
99 cents.